Take me 2 lifetimes to grow a beard that long.
You get it.
All right, we are good. Is everybody ready?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I don't know what this is about. That's for the sales tax for the parks that they had to, that Tim wrote a check for. So I asked Melissa, don't cash his check. I will take care of the sales tax
Thank you.
for the Lowe's debacle.
How we doing, Mr. Grimes?
Well, if it's gonna be made a big deal of,
All right.
Did anybody talk to Lindsay?
Yeah.
She said she probably wouldn't make it. What time you gotta get out of here, Chuck? All right, so, who wants to speak? Robert, if you'd like to go ahead.
I don't have much to say, ladies and gentlemen, other than very quick, start your evening off well and give you a small little statement I'd like to make. Of course, good evening. My name is Robert Peters. I reside, I'm sorry, sir, I'll go up here so you can see me and I also won't block the.
No, you're good.
I reside at 950 Mount Orr Pike in Georgetown, Ohio. But before discussing anything this evening, I want to take an opportunity to let each and every one of you know how much that, including, police chief and everywhere else, how much people like myself appreciate that you chose to serve your community and those in Hamersville. Public service is rarely easy. Decisions made by this body are not always satisfying everyone, and often criticism from all different walks of earth never seem to share enough. And so it's a stressful job, but nevertheless, I want you to know that I appreciate what each and every one of you do. And it's important that you hear it once in a while, because this world we're covered in today, you can make a decision that tomorrow affects the majority of people, and there's going to be always a crew that's definitely going to say something otherwise. So, but
thank you for that, by the way.
you're welcome, sir. My encouragement to each of you is simple, regardless of past disagreements, personal differences, or competing viewpoints. Never lose sight of the fact that you share a common purpose, the well-being of Hamersville and its residents. Differences of opinion do not often become division. In fact, when approached with respect and humility, those differences can lead to better questions, better decisions, and stronger government. I will be praying and encouraging each and every one of you going forward that you have the wisdom for your decisions and the patience with one another and the courage to take place to make this community a better place. Hamersville, may be a village, but its opportunity to lead example through professionalism, transparency, responsible stewardship, and genuine commitment to work together. I genuinely do believe that this village can be a leader in the forefront for the rest of Brown County and others if we just work together. So I am an applicant for your village administrator. That's for a later time of discussion. If you guys have any questions and concerns, I'll hang out this evening, but I won't hang out super long if you guys have a lot to discuss. I have kids to put to bed that have to be at school tomorrow. But nevertheless, please don't hesitate to reach out if you've got any questions or concerns. Thank you, everybody, for your time, and I'll be finished.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you. Louis, I know Louis's got he called me,
Just a second, Louis.
yeah.
This is what Louis is gonna be talking about. There's two things in each stack right there. Down the goose.
We got a bucket truck that is out of date on inspections. It's, and parts for the truck is no longer available for the boom. That's trucks, all aerial trucks have to be inspected. It's called a structural inspection within our first 15 hours or 15 years of service. And then every 10 years after, this truck is 20 years old, has never had an inspection.
And how much does the inspection cost?
There's a minimum of 40 hours to do the inspection, and 40 hours at $125 an hour is $5,000 labor, not counting parts. On top of that, it also needs the dielectric inspection, which is required every year, and it's due for that. And that's another $1,200 on top of it.
That's your hydraulics and everything, right?
That's just the dielectric on the truck. It's got nothing to do with hydraulics.
Oh, okay.
That's just, he runs electric through the trucks to make sure
All
that
right.
I'm safe in the bucket, that don't get shocked.
Gotcha.
But I found a truck. It's in Texas. It's a California truck. It's 100% rust-free. I can have the truck shipped up here for $26,000. And what I propose to do is the truck that we have right now, if we was to sell it operational, there's nothing wrong with this truck. It's a good truck. But there's no parts available for it. We can get $12,000 to $14,000 for the truck the way it says. If I drive this truck tomorrow out to work and something breaks on the boom, the truck is now worth $2,000 to $4,000 because nothing on the boom is anything. So we're gonna spend anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 just to have this truck inspected. And then if he breaks apart during inspection or the part broke during inspection, it's just out. You still have to pay $5,000. Like I said, the truck, right now, it can be used, but it's 20 years old.
Who owns this truck?
It's a dealer in Texas.
Does it come with any warranty?
I'm sure it comes. Yeah, and on this truck, the dielectric inspection is up to date, so that will save us $1,200 this year on that. But he's gonna hold this truck till tomorrow morning, and it won't last after that. And I got a proposal here. I mean, everybody's got it. They see exactly what it is. The truck is out of California, so that's good. And it's got an Outtech boom on it, which is considered the best around. That's all Duke uses. But it's just something that
And if we get the new truck, we won't have to do the inspection.
you won't have to do no inspection. I
So
mean,
that-
and the truck can be sold to anybody. Anybody can buy the truck. It
The
don't
one
have
we
to be
have now.
inspected. Yeah, they don't have to be inspected, but it has to be inspected for us because of what we are and what we do with it.
Okay.
And it's not something that we're just saying has to be, this is a mandatory inspection.
How many of these trucks do we already have?
2. And one was down for 3 weeks and it was just put back together Saturday.
So one's bigger than the other, right?
Yes.
The truck that I'm proposing to get rid of is a 36-foot tall truck. The truck I'm wanting to get is 42-foot.
They'll still fit in the same
They
space.
still fit in the same building. Now, if you want to spend more money, I can get a 45-foot truck for $10,000 more. But I picked, I'm trying to be conservative. I mean, if you look at it and sell the truck for $14,000, you'll have $12,000 in a truck that's 10 years new.
So this 15-year service thing is fairly new. By fairly, I mean like 4 years. So.
Is that a no-dot thing?
An ANSI thing.
Oh, okay.
But I already talked to him about it. Like, we don't know why the guy didn't tell us this 4 years ago.
Right.
But so either way, you're looking at $5K to get it inspected, 60 or another 1,200 for the dielectrics. You're at 6,200. And if they have to replace the hoses, he
Yeah,
said.
just replace the hoses in the truck is $8,000 to $10,000.
So
Big money.
with the newer one, you won't have to get this 15-year inspection for another 4 or 5 years.
5 years. But in the truck we have, the other truck, it has to be done in 4 years because it's a 2014.
But at least now that we know this, it's 5 years from now, we can start planning on, knowing that we're gonna have to spend $5,000 for an inspection in 2031.
Right. We'll be able to.
Actually, it'd be around 10 because the other truck will have it about the same time.
Now, the digger truck has been through this inspection.
So it'll be the 10-year then.
The digger truck, yeah, that's our big one that we set hold with. That's been through this inspection.
That's the one we voted to spend that money on last year, wasn't it?
We voted to spend money on all 3 of them for safety issues. And they didn't get done because Scott broke his back, and he's just now back to work. So the safety issues, I mean, like the one I want to get rid of, it's got safety issues. It's just mainly stickers, that's all OSHA, that they have to be on there. But that's something that we don't have to do too.
So just stickers as far as like nothing mechanically wrong, hydraulically wrong.
The only thing that I know that's wrong with that truck is there's a start-stop button, which is if you're in the bucket up in the air, you can shut the truck off and start it.
That's,
And you can't even get that part to fix it. That's the only thing that I know that's wrong with the truck right now.
that doesn't short out the truck or anything. It just doesn't work.
It just don't work.
Gotcha.
And you can't get that part.
So even the electric parts are pretty good.
Well, they don't make them. It's an all lift is the name of lift that's on, and they're out of business. There's no parts available for it. So if he gets into this inspection and you got to take a boom her apart and you find a rotating bearing, that's bad.
You got fixed.
The truck's junk.
So basically, if we were to go after this new truck, we got rid of the one we got, that's gonna at least require $5,000 inspection. In value, we would have about 17 grand in that. We wouldn't need the inspection. And what's the new truck?
$26,000 shipped here.
26.
If the truck he's selling to us for $24,800 and $1,200 shipping.
That gets delivered on our front porch,
Right,
right?
right there to this address.
How confident are you that, could we just put that one on the market once that other one gets there here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this guy that here, he told me 12, he said, well, he don't know, he said, put it on marketplace. He said, I'd put it on there for $16,995. He said, the boys come down, he said, I guarantee it won't last 30 days. His trucks last 2 to 3 days.
Would we be all right? We got room for it over there?
I mean, you'd have to park one of them outside.
It's gotta be parked outside, but I mean, if I take everything off of it,
Right.
it doesn't matter, it can sit outside.
I think it's a no-brainer. It's
So are these booms that we're doing from aerial boom or whatever, that's not the same thing you're talking about, those boom inspections?
Every truck has to be done. And like I said, the inspection I'm talking about is mandatory. That if a truck is for its first 15 years in service, it has to be done that 15th year, then every 10 years after. And this truck just, none of them done.
What year is the truck we have?
The truck is a 2006 and the other one's a 2014.
Okay, so that's what, this one's a 2015.
And this one's a 2015,
I thought it was.
So which one are we getting rid of?
the 2006.
Oh,
It's 20
okay,
years old.
okay.
David,
I make the motion to purchase the truck for $26,000.
Second.
oh, look at you. Look at you.
I mean, what kind
We'll
of,
have to do another motion after, I'll wait.
I think you gotta be a little more specific, where's the money gonna come from?
the electric?
Call it, yeah, call it the electric.
In there.
Dave,
Yeah, I know that.
as far as selling this 2006 boom truck, what are our options as far as getting rid of stuff? Can we do something besides gov deals and sealed bids or not? 'Cause he said that Ripley takes their stuff
Ripley
down
takes
to
all
tower.
their stuff to Fuller's auction. I was down there today picking up insulation, and they just brought trucks, hydraulic stuff, everything.
Let me check the statute on that as far as whether tollers is okay.
Yeah.
I know it says by bid, but I don't know if it has to be by that sealed bid. Let me check it here. See if I
Well, I want to maximize whatever we get out of it. My only worry with tollers is
Well,
that could be your low dollar.
If I take the
Right.
truck down there, I can put
A
a minimum on it.
We can do that with sealed bids too. We can
Yeah.
put in our ad that we're only taking a
I
certain
can put a
amount.
minimum on it.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
What do you think, Chuck? Well, I already know what you're up to.
So,
But I mean, like I said, you're gonna have, if we can get 14 out of it, you're gonna have $12,000 in it, $30,000 truck.
Plus in a roundabout way, you're saving your $5,000,
Well, no, you're saving 6,200 because
$6,200 for now.
it's our electric inspection as well. You don't have to have done this year.
Of course. we like to scrap.
But the dielectric inspection
Just
has
takes
to
it
be
from
done
ways
every
every
year.
year vehicles. Just did a quick quad search. Saying you can trade in, scrap salvage, sale to another political subdivision or nonprofit,
There you go, seafood trader.
sealed bid
People
sale,
take it because of the-
public auction, internet
I'm
auction.
asking.
And I trust Claude way more than ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
And throw that in there. Sorry.
Well, we can always just table the thing until Mr. Grimes gets back without a second.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it'll sell me.
The truck will be gone tomorrow.
Yeah. No, that we have.
Not our truck.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
We
thing,
own now.
that thing will sell. I'm not worried about
Well, I know because the truck that he wanted to sell me was the same year truck. It had a whole lot less miles and less PTO hours, but it sold the very next day. Because I told you, that was last Saturday when I talked to him, and it sold that Monday.
We good and what's
Okay.
Did you say yes?
Yeah, everybody said yes.
Chuck?
Yes. So I'm gonna call him and get him started.
We'll go, we'll go over, when that truck gets here.
When are we
Actually,
expecting the delivery?
we should go ahead.
Well, as soon as he can get a check wrote out, sent to him.
Well, should we also include in that motion that Louis can sign or whatever?
It'd be.
I did the last one, last night.
No, okay, well, whoever, Tim or Louis, yeah, whichever one.
I mean, could we amend that motion, ladies and gentlemen, that
You
you
just add
spend
to it.
$26,000
Just add, do another one.
for the electric truck? Say purchased out of the electric fund, obviously.
Just do, make a motion to allow Tim or Louis to,
Yeah, then I make a motion to allow Tim or Louis to be the signatories
add
for
me
the
just in
purchase of
case.
this new, and Justin, for the purchase of the new boom truck.
So, I mean, as soon as they get payment, the truck will ship.
Probably do that tomorrow.
Well, that way we can just make sure our
Second.
bases are covered, so any one of you all can, I guess, sign the check.
Yes. Say yes.
Yes.
Chuck?
Yeah, we'll strip it down when that one gets here. Get it posted, get rid of it if we're allowed to.
Is there a maintenance fund for electric?
Yeah, there is. some-
Yeah, but you're gonna have to take that out.
He told me to call him when I got out.
I was gonna say, he's probably stole.
Well, I was just thinking like, cause I'll also make the motion
It's not sure.
authorizing Louis, Tim, and Justin basically to sell the old 2006 boom truck in need of a boom inspection,
Now, what he told me,
awaiting specific instructions from David of exactly how we have to do it.
This guy doesn't want to take it on trade, does he?
no, because the boom, you can't get parts for the boom.
So basically, you're gonna need either a business who is willing to do.
But
Tree guys
anybody
probably
can buy
got
the truck and use it.
Now, is it possible, I'm sorry if it's a dumb question, a truck like that, can only take one brand of booms, or can that be
You
swapped?
can change it, but it wouldn't be worth it.
Okay. Not worth the squeeze. Okay.
Because my idea to put that into, because I was asking if there is a maintenance fund for the electric account. I couldn't remember if there was or not, but take the proceeds from that sale, throw right in there to help pay for the upcoming stuff for these other trucks, and that way that money's already sitting in there.
Um,
It's a 6-7, isn't it?
What's it?
Is it a 6-7?
Based on, you know,
Probably
what
have
the
to
restrictions
reappropriate.
are, yeah, I think so, 'cause I don't know.
Well, to start to put the money in, you'll probably have to put it into other. And you don't have the same line items in the revenue account listings that you do in the expense.
Plus, it might have different restrictions as well, correct? Which I'm sure that would cover that, but
But then you can always take that money and move it in that other line.
all right, so we're good to get the truck
Everybody seconds
on.
to sell the 2006?
Yeah, well, what he recommended was
Well, I
Take
thought
the
we
truck,
was gonna take.
clean it up,
Mr.
spot.
Grimes.
Well, but he's gonna go ahead and make the motion until he can find out
Otherwise, we'll have to wait a month.
upon Mr. Grimes.
Until basically I motion to sell it, for that money to go back into the electric fund, basically awaiting confirmation from David of legally how we have to do it according to ORC and everything.
So once we get the word from him, we just say, all right, go ahead and sell it. Otherwise, you have to wait till the next meeting
Oh.
to vote on it. Gotta save us a little bit of time.
Anticipate.
Yeah, because I'd really rather not sit outside.
Yeah, right, I agree, yeah. You don't want them hoses outside any longer than they have to be. Or that fiberglass bucket. Isn't that what that is?
Is it emotions?
It's plastic.
It's all plastic.
No, I just made the motion.
I think we have to do it by sealed bid or internet auction. Internet auction have to be more than 10 days long, so I don't think Kohler can qualify for that.
Say that last line one more time.
Colors, if we just put it down there, we get, because our next option is 12.
But are they internet auctions that are
He puts it on the internet, yeah.
for 10 days as far as?
Oh, he does it, yeah, as soon as we take it down there, he put it on the internet. Because I asked him, I said, how do you do Ripley's? And he said, because he said it's always done Ripley's.
So
He does for Claremont County too, he does it for the sheriff's office.
basically, to get around the restrictions, you just need to post it early enough.
Yeah.
Before the next sale.
Yeah, he usually
Will
has
you
Right.
give
two
me,
auctions a month or something
Yeah,
like
he does
that.
all.
So as long as you do it at least 10 days out, you're good, correct?
will you give me the poachers?
Yeah.
So
The
if,
poacher.
let's say, what is let's say the next bid auction's on the 8th. We got a couple days, we need to get it in. We go.
Okay, give it to, I'll call him and double check some of that.
I don't know his name, I just have to look through the messages.
Yeah, it's Alan.
Alan, I know that, but I'd have to look through all my texts. I'll get for you tomorrow, I'll be over tomorrow. Am I good to go?
Yep.
I'm gonna call him and.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you all.
Tell them to get your permission.
So I mean, how long will this take, because he's gonna wanna know so he can get things ready.
Couple days. Right.
You
Hey,
can- we-
he's gonna have to send the same paper I gave to you for towers. We have to have that. Right?
The W-9?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he'll have to send a W-9 page up here.
Yes.
Yeah.
She can process, she can get the check started, but she's not gonna send it until she has a W.
Yeah.
W9. So can you fax it?
Well, email it or fax
Email it?
machine.
Yeah.
Okay, here, write your email on that, on this paper.
Um,
I can show you guys what the truck looks like in color. It's a lot better looking
Yeah,
than
it
black
does
and
a
white.
lot better. It's clean. Never
Pass
realized
that
that.
around. You can have that, I don't know.
Guy, you got,
Yeah,
you wanna let Guy go before
Yeah.
we get into the applicant crap?
Yeah. Go ahead, guy.
I just had some questions. There's a lot of stuff in limbo that I haven't, not blaming anybody, or it's been as much mine with my wife taking over and all that. But
Thank
where
you.
do we stand on the ordinances and have we gotten through the ordinances on the enforcement of the trash and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
And can I get copies of those ordinances? And
Yes.
Yeah, the trash one's been ready to go since May 20th.
All right, but you got a thing where you were gonna do the administrative side of
Yeah.
it before it got to me. Has any
Yeah.
of that been
I
done?
have not done it yet.
Okay.
All I
So-
gotta do is fill out an orange door hanger and call it, you're gonna get a few this week.
Okay, well,
I think we've put it off long enough, and I think some folks are back to being obnoxious about it, so.
well, and just the thing about the grass, you can see a marked improvement just based on
The word.
Except for
what
about 3
got
months.
out into
Yeah,
the public.
it's-
Okay.
It's been pretty good.
But the other stuff, is still pretty bad.
I know there was a couple, it was definitely worse beforehand. The sump pump one.
So,
Yeah, that's, some pump ones costing you money.
yeah, we're gonna talk about that one, because I'm assuming we're gonna have to do a new ordinance for it, because basically, we need to figure out how to go check for it, outside of just happen to be there while it kicks on. It's just too many just to hang out next to long enough to do that, so.
I guess the real question is, what's your authority if utilities are at risk? As far as, did you copy that, Mr. Grimes? So here's the rub in a nutshell on the sump pump ordinance. So we've got people running sump pumps from their crawl space into their sewer crock. And then that gets pumped from there to the lift station. Then Mount Orb charges us for that water. So we need to come up with a ordinance that walks that tightrope of being able to check to make sure nobody's sump pump is running. Because we know there's at least,
There's a few.
there's quite a few.
Well, we can dive deeper into that once we get to old.
And we're talking
Part of it.
over a year, what? A couple grand, right? At least a couple grand over a year spent.
One time, I think we knew of 5,
Right, that's what I was saying, 5 or
And-
6.
3 of them run pretty hard.
Mhm.
And you can tell by the month to month readout, like, it's outrageous. And I just wonder if taxpayer dollars are possibly being wasted, does that give us authority to check on our utilities that we maintain?
You know, David, if we know that it's there and they won't stop doing it, they have had to tamper with utilities to
That's
do
really
that
good.
piping into the sewer system. So, I mean, we do have the ORC part of it that we can use if we have to, but it'd be better if they just disconnected it or ran it out into a storm sewer.
Yeah, because capping it off on both ends is all we're asking, correct?
No, it needs to go somewhere else.
Well,
cap
well,
it.
and you're redirecting it, yeah. But as far as the crock aspect of it, just capping the crock and the,
Well, typically when they run it in there, it's in their basement. So you have to put a Y piece or something in there to do it. But some of them don't get connected till they're outside, but none of them are actually drilled into the crocks. They're always connected in the 4-inch pipe ahead of the sewer.
Really?
Yes.
I would have guessed they went to the crock.
Well, it'd be quite obvious if you dig a 4-foot hole next to one of the sewers. So they can get by with digging a small hole somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Run it out, run that into the ground?
Yes and no. I mean, well, that's the question that's been asked. Well, what do we do with it then? Well, that's kind of, don't put it on the sidewalk. And
Yeah.
don't put it in the sewer. Other than that, there's
Your
nothing we
yard.
really
Yeah,
do.
let it go in your yard.
yeah, most of the ones that exist, they can run to the ditch in the back of their house, or they can make it where it goes out into the storm sewer.
Mhm.
Doesn't have to go into the sewer system.
I guess that's the rub. Hey, do we have the authority to check that?
We can hit on it again because it's part of that long list at the bottom.
Yeah, before we start going into people's house, let me just make sure we have our ducks in a row.
Yeah, I'd rather us have ducks in a row on this one.
I don't think so. You guys think, Travis? No. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all caught up and ready to go.
Go ahead and do the approval of minutes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, make it snappy. Let's go.
Yeah, speak up over there, Melissa.
You guys need anything from us?
You will have a couple to do.
So I'm gonna pass this
You will have
around,
a
this
couple
right here is the meeting.
I
minutes
just
from
wondered
July
where it was at.
27th,
I've been putting it off as
2026.
long as I could.
The page 2 sign is in here, I know there's a lot of attachments, it's right there, everybody should have got their copy.
So grants is 5 to 7 days. And the trash is 7 to 10. Right on you.
So you're gonna hang go.
I can get a motion for that.
I'm gonna try to line it up with when you're gonna be here.
We're looking for a pin.
No, I have one. That is
So
one, yeah.
when the 7 days is
I
up.
have one from-
I make the motion to approve the July.
You're gonna give us some
22nd.
list or some copy of.
Jerry makes the motion,
Yeah.
I thought,
Okay, all right, thanks.
Tammy,
We just don't want to go out writing citations if we don't, have cost to it.
yes.
Oh, I do have one more question. Are you getting, everything set for the fall
Is this all we
fest?
need to do, Melissa?
Because we need to have safety meetings.
It's gonna be
and after it
November
gets
7th.
put around, we'll go
November
to the
7th.
Set,
Yeah, Saturday after.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
New Australia.
catch. Good job.
Someone's feet.
I figured.
Yeah. so-
That's, we'll give them out there.
Again, here's
And-
August the 6th, this is a special meeting,
Huh?
there's a lot of attachments attached, but page is going to be,
Um,
right there.
and I also
I can get a
ordered
motion
some
for that.
activity
I
posters.
make the motion to approve the August 6th.
It's all
meeting.
good, it's not costing the village anything.
Second.
Okay, so we could probably hand those out then too. It's got,
Cheryl.
some slogan or other on it, but then it's got like little projects they can do around the post or.
Yeah.
around the wall.
Good deal.
Okay?
And then,
I make the motion to approve.
Is this the only one?
yes, that's the only page.
In there.
And do I have a second?
Oh.
This is to pay the bills. Cheryl?
We love Mike though, with all his deformities and question marks.
Anything with those
and
bus
everything
roads.
else.
Dead bodies in corners and cuts. I do it, so I'm not even gonna say it, obviously. So we'll talk later about this future. Sometime. We'll do so.
Tim, you can bring up the reading of the ordinances.
Yeah, here in a little bit.
Okay.
We're gonna get through these applicants so Chuck can hear everything.
Here's the cool thing, I asked him to please for the love of Pete, and he started doing it, so like Ronnie Blair has a pretty good check coming. And $5,700, but he's breaking it into basically purchase orders, so to speak, for each address, so now we kind of know,
I didn't do the addresses.
well, kind of, we know where it's at,
Different
so
funds.
it's all individualized.
Yeah.
So we know which job is which, so we can actually get a tracking mechanism to kind of know, we're paying this much just for Ronnie. I talked to a fellow that's just right outside Bethel, we just poured a big garage for him. He said he was gonna come, he's not here, but I've been asking any local excavators I know, please come give us an estimate, but here's the deal. Oh, if it's Christmas and we got water shooting out of Main Street, I don't wanna hear about Santa Claus.
I'd rather have that agreement, perfect timing. About to, yeah,
You know, so that way we could get a true estimate, you know, like realizing you're gonna be paying premium for something like that.
well,
That's not gonna come cheap at all.
100%.
And we're cotton picking fooling ourselves if we think we're gonna get anything cheaper than Ronnie Blair.
I agree. It's gonna cost you more at night when the wind's blowing sideways and the wind's bringing sideways.
All right, Doug, you got something?
I was just seeing when things were gonna progress with
5 minutes,
Dooley.
starting now.
And I noticed now at the end of the lane, when you come up onto North Avenue, there's a hole about that big around where the culvert's caving in.
Yeah.
You live all the way down there at the end on the right, correct?
About halfway on the right, yeah. Yeah,
So we have a hold harmless thing for everybody to sign. We're gonna get some clarification on that tonight.
that's what's gonna.
The original date was sometime in September is what they told me from the paving company. But what I didn't realize, to be honest with you, when I start, because it has to be the owner of the property that signs this hold harmless.
Not the person that.
There's only like 2 properties back there that I can just go back there and sign without finding whoever owns it.
Okay.
Which is gonna be a little bit of a hiccup if I can't get it done like ASAP, which, like I said, I gotta get clarification tonight from Mr. Grimes over there. And, but depending on how fast I can get it signed is whether I have to postpone it for a little bit or not.
Okay.
So. That's the best answer I can give.
I know you guys talked about it, just curious.
Yeah.
And I wanted to let you guys know about that hole at the end of it.
Yeah, that culvert is getting replaced whenever the job's done, and if the job doesn't get done, then that'll definitely
Yeah.
be replaced, but. So, kind of a dotting our i's and crosses our t's, so. Yeah.
Kind of hands up in the air right now, and
unfortunately, we've got to make sure we got everything.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy it takes that long to get a road paved, but
Do we know who the owners of the other houses are?
Well, I've never met.
we at least know
I
who
mean,
they are.
there's probably gonna be one of those things where I have to go to the people living there to find out who the owners are, get their numbers, and it definitely muddies the water, I think, because they don't live there anymore, so they may not really want to give away their little 16 inches.
They
So,
don't kill this fly.
but yeah,
I am too.
we're working on it. It's just, they haven't called me with an exact date yet anyway, so. This time of year.
Everything it right now until.
Yeah. So. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about it a little later as far as the paperwork that's involved. But. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll go ahead and pass these out, so we'll move on to that next. The applicants here.
Miss Beth.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Thank you, Dad.
Is this for me?
I don't know if I need to wait on him or not. Basically, this was just a quick thing I did, because we all know the priority is to get the administrator/utilities combination position filled. One thing we gotta add up here is Brandon. He's down there in the pending clarification, because based off the email they sent me, I wasn't sure if they were going for admin only or admin utility or utility. So Brandon is definitely going for both.
Alright.
Yes. Nick, let me see if he. So I haven't seen anything from Nick yet. So the top applicant, he did go ahead and tell me that he does have 6 points on his license. I called the insurance company. Since it's just speeding tickets, they don't think it would be an issue, but I don't have a solid answer for that because
That's a lot of tickets.
yeah. Well, I was trying to get a hold of him from like 9 o'clock. I finally talked to him at 4:30. I called 4 or 5 times up there. And at that point, because obviously insurance is through, different channels all the time. So he has to confirm with somebody else before he can say that that person would be clear.
So the only people we know that applied for both is Brandon?
No, Brandon,
No.
Elijah.
Oh, they all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're broken down.
Okay.
And then some of them requested more than what we were paying. Let me pull this out. Actually, I'm missing one person over there, actually.
How much more than what we're paying?
The one, I don't know where hers is. I might screw up and lost it. Somebody was asking for 65.
Oh.
What did we say the maximum is for it again? I cannot remember.
We put 56 on the post.
Yeah.
So, crap, I cannot believe.
So who were the three that's going to do both?
Robert,
It's the ones at the top, in the
Elijah,
top
Jason.
section here. There's 5.
And Brandon
Elijah,
at the
Jason,
bottom.
Robert, Jacob, and then
Brandon.
what he said, Brandon
See the
all the way
blue
to the
bars?
bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
So this is,
So they got
Okay.
Combined for.
utilities until.
I forgot the-
is this who I think it is? Yeah, no, it is not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is another one. Sorry, I did not print that one out. It is her name is Candace. She's the one asking for 65,000.
Well, I will start the discussion, ladies and gentlemen, because going through all of the applications, Here's my order in Robert Peters, Cody Scarf, and I was literally tied with Denise Harris and Jacob Brown for 3 and 4. But 1, 2, 3.
So he didn't submit an
It's not
application.
even, not even on here.
He didn't submit an application.
You're good with
Oh,
doing
he did.
both positions, correct?
I am, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on there as well.
Double
My,
check.
my number one is also Robert.
Do you have, experience in the maintenance or?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Probably about 12 and a half years.
You don't mind me asking what field?
No, there's a range of it. So basically, my prior job, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, was the director of facilities for St. Vincent de Paul's, all of them. So everything from sewage to broken toilets to getting peed on, pooped on, everything else. And then on the other end of the spectrum is fixing hand dryers, light grade residential electricity. However, I am not certified as an electrician by all means. But basically a majority of anything, and I'm always willing in something I'm not certified in to obtain that certification if we so choose.
Yeah, cause the water, what's that?
Water 1.
Water, yeah, I don't remember. what
Yeah,
it's-
so, and that's a sticky thing. You might not be able to hold them to the 2-year thing. So you have to have a certain amount of hours worked
Right,
in
right.
that utility.
That's the level one.
So you're not gonna be able to, after his first year, he's not gonna be able to go do it because he's the, or whoever gets it, they would be administrator. I mean, we all know that they're not worth 2,000 hours or more.
Right,
You have to have 2,080 hours in it.
so it'd have to be longer than.
I would say if you're really wanting to be a part of that position, you would need approximately 3 years to
Acquire.
safely acquire 2,000.
So there's a water level, certification, like level 1 is what
Water distribution.
water distribution, that's what it is.
Yes, sir.
And I forgot, so the level 1 is like you said, just the hours, right?
Yeah.
And then the second level is you actually have to do the course, if I'm not mistaken.
No, so
Do this one.
I could be misquoting here, but
Yeah, that's bothering me
basically,
too.
the first one you need to have the hours, the second one you need hours, and the first one. There's no schooling involved. You don't have to go to school.
Okay, I don't know why I was thinking you had to go to school.
Well, I mean, it's better if you don't know what you're doing, because then you can just read how to do it.
So just a minimum hands-on, sir?
Yeah, a lot of it's.
For the first one, that's all we need here, because since we don't treat our water, we just distribute it. So,
That's
water distribution 1 is easier to obtain, it's an easier test. But, so, like a lot of people farm it out, like most water operators around here have 2 or 3 places they're operating for. Water distribution, you wouldn't really have that option. Now, water operator 1, you probably could get a couple.
Yes, sir.
Now, emergency phone, has anybody talked about that aspect of it? Like, you didn't really go into it about that? I don't know if maybe that'd be a bugaboo
So-
for any of them.
I mean, do you just want me to talk to him? or-
You ask away. I have no issues with.
So what it is, what he's referring to is the administrator phone didn't used to be the emergency phone. When I took over it, I just had the emergency phone for a couple reasons. First of all, it's easier than carrying 3 frickin' phones.
He's a control freak.
The other one is, if you're getting the call, you get to make the call whether it's emergency or not. Because sometimes they're not. A lot of times they're not.
Right.
Most of the time. So, and I mean, you'll have calls like literally the one snowstorm we had somebody call. She was freaking out on me because I typically don't answer the emergency line unless it's during the day.
Yeah.
Because of all the calls at nighttime, you get bogus calls at night. You get people that don't have emergencies, but we're answering it anyway. So I wait for it to go to voicemail after hours.
Hear what you want.
So there was snow going on, so I went ahead and answered it. You never know. And this lady's freaking out on me because I hit her mailbox with a snowplow, except she lives on Smoky Row Road. And I said, look, it ain't us. She's like, well, yeah, it is. I'm in here. I'm like, look, I'm sorry. I understand what you're saying, but it ain't us. You have to call the county or like, and they ain't gonna care. Like, I don't,
Township.
yeah. But, so the emergency phone basically is the administrator's responsibility as of now. Not to say,
That's
That
permanent.
couldn't change. I
Right.
mean, if you had enough people to rotate it, you know, the only time Justice carries it is if
You got,
I'm out of town.
which I like that, you know, I honestly, cause you're the supervisor, you know, I think you should make the call. I kinda like that better.
And to answer your question, though, I have no issues with carrying a
Okay.
phone. I guess in my time in law enforcement and everything else, is I kind of expecting is, hey, you know, I understand that this job is going to be extra hours, extra time, extra effort. I've got a family, I understand that, I know we all get that, but nevertheless, to be a part of just, you know, at least if anything, calming, cooling the jets of whoever's ticked off, get their mailbox and move on.
Yeah.
Or say that's Mr. Grimes' problem.
I like that answer.
So,
She's gonna sue the village because she hit your mailbox and you didn't do anything with it.
but back to your list. So 2 of those people never filled out the application.
Which ones again?
That was something Scarf and
Oh,
So Cody.
Cody did not fill out an application.
So I had Robert.
Yeah.
So Cody Scarf did not. Denise Harris.
I did not get one from her.
All right, Jacob Brown.
Yeah, he is on there.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then Jason Pollitt, I assume I'm pronouncing his
Okay, he's
name.
on there.
he's at the top, yeah. That means that's big.
Did everybody go over the resumes though?
Yeah.
Now we did get one application filled out for just utilities, if that's ever an issue. That's Seth Kid. The only issue with the administrator only people, we only had 2 fill out the actual application, and the one told me that they work a hybrid schedule, so they're actually full-time somewhere else, but work from home a couple days a week. One of those type deals.
And it's right here, Amanda.
I don't know that that would be the best situation,
No.
given,
Well, yeah, we're gonna be needy at certain times.
well, not only that, you're never gonna know what work they're doing.
Also, it doesn't even say that there's what salary or,
Yeah, so, which a lot of them didn't put that, but I mean, we put what we wanted to pay on there. So if they didn't put the salary, I'm assuming that they think they're gonna land somewhere.
assessors are supposed to 50,000 just for making sure, yeah, utilities.
Not that qualified.
No.
Well, it sounds like Robert is the most qualified.
Here's the most qualified from the, what we got in the emails.
So you can pull up that one due date here real quick.
So with Robert, I've talked to him briefly, and he definitely gives me Tim vibes in a good way, as far as,
Yes.
as far as like,
I'm not sure if that's. like-
not necessarily looking at something surface level, which in that position, you have to look around corners. You have to understand what one decision is gonna lead to another decision, and what, you know, you gotta make the best decision, because it can kind of, too tired. It can compound on you really quickly. I know, like I said, the brief time we've talked, that he's got a really good, at least what he's told me, already got a really thoughtful guiding principle if he were to get the position. So, and I really thought that was, for somebody just talking to him, I thought that
Thank you,
was
sir.
way more than I expected, to be honest with you.
Well, if it was gonna come to an interview portion, if that so chooses, like, I have a 90-day integration plan. In fact, I'll just give it to the mayor, you guys can pass it around. Not as a, you know, plus for myself, anything, but I just want you to know, you know, I'm excited either way to participate. You're welcome, sir.
When will you be able to start if we decide?
9/1.
So a week.
I can start tomorrow, but I'm a little bit busy dropping the kids off
Oh,
school.
yeah, no, I get that.
Well, you guys did just pass this, not that I don't want you to start.
No,
as soon as
I'm
possible.
sorry.
Goose, I'm printing something.
Oh,
So we
okay.
just passed a hiring policy. So, surely the first hire we do after the passage probably be according to policy.
That's why I said my top three candidates.
So
That's the
you need
reason why I
your,
opened that
your
up.
three, if fewer than three qualified applicants are available, the council may proceed with that. So you read it real quick.
Oh, yes.
Take a copy or two if you don't mind, Goose.
Make some copies.
Yeah, just a couple.
How many?
Where am I reading?
Well, did we actually pass this policy?
Yeah.
Because I thought we were supposed to take it home and read over.
All right, following the
Yeah,
application
that's
deadline,
fine.
village council shall conduct a special meeting for the purpose of reviewing all completed applications and interviewing qualified applicants. Applicants who do not meet the minimum qualification established for the position shall not advance. Whenever practicable, the village shall interview no fewer than 3 qualified candidates. If fewer than 3 qualified candidates are available, council may proceed with the applicants. Proceed with the reason reflected in the meeting minutes. Each candidate shall be asked substantially the same core interview questions to ensure fairness and consistency. Council members may ask reasonable follow-up questions immediately following each interview. Council members shall complete the standard blind evaluation form in accordance with section 6. That's that form I came up with where like all 6 of us, like if Lindsay were here or however many council members are present, we would each do our own evaluation on every single solitary applicant.
No, I like that. I think it keeps us from any kind of issues that other villages have ran into. And it keeps it from arbitrary, nameless, faceless accusations.
Then you know who was there because this is what kind of sidelined Sardinia for me. I got interviewed by the same people. The same people interviewed all of the other candidates. The thing is, there was no transparency because not all of council knew about it. That's kind of what messed everything up.
So the whole thing was tainted.
Yeah. I mean, supposedly they were communicated with. I was never a part of that communication, but some did not like it. That's the reason kind of why, because like I said last month, I went through the questions and thought some different things we could change on them. That's why I was like, I did my homework assignment. I don't know if anybody else did.
No, I think it's great. I think the next thing is to get a hold of these people and see what days we can schedule to do a special meeting for the
You want
interview.
to do it as soon as possible.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Well, my question is, who else is really qualified other than Robert?
Well,
Based on,
anybody applying, we have to at least let them know that this is the day we'd be doing it.
Okay.
You know, right?
Well, that's kind of like the 3, Robert, Jacob, Jason. I mean, those were my 3. I had different ones other than that, but
So
2 of them decided not to fill out interviews.
one
or
thing,
applications.
well, one thing that's kind of puts us in a spot, I mean, we just got to remember, and it sucks that I wish we had all the money in the world, guys, but an administrator that's also in the field that saves us so much money. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, it hurts us sometimes. You know, gets pulled away on when Justice needs a hand or Louis needs a hand here and there, but I mean, we got to, really, as far as.
Then think about it, silliness of reporting pay. If I get the emergency phone call at 8:00 at night because, Melissa calls me and says, oh, I've got this red light on, like sewer crock outside. She doesn't realize there's not an ICBM getting ready to launch out of it because a lot of people don't understand what that red light even means.
Right. I think there's an error.
But she's only the administrator. She's not the maintenance portion of it. So do we pay her 2 hours of reporting pay to turn around and call Chuck and say, hey, this Jerry dude just called me wigging out because his red light's on, go check it out.
Yeah.
And now we're paying her 2 hours reporting pay.
That's
Chuck,
when you
2 hours
call the
of
mayor, cause he's on salary.
I'm just saying, that's a for instance of why having the dual role, anybody we can get doing the dual role, that would kind of also save us.
Yeah.
Because realizing whoever we hire, a lot will probably be calling Justice saying, this person just called me wigging out. Is there something we need to be concerned about? Until they get to know the ropes and everything else, because there's gonna be a learning curve for whoever gets it.
Shoot, I almost want to bounce everything. With a town like this, I've only deal with equipment, and there's only like, don't get me wrong, we got a lot of equipment, but think of how many different trucks you have, and that's like 10x, 15x of what I have to deal with. So I would probably bounce everything off the person I'm working with. Hey, did you work on this place lately? You've got to call, so you're about going to talk to each other.
Do you wanna pick a couple days and I'll go ahead and. send
I think
you an
that's
email right
best.
now?
Basically, any night other than Monday, Wednesday, I can do next week or this week.
Do you wanna try, are you guys available this week?
Any night but Wednesday for me.
Yeah. Thursday?
Shall we go Thursday? Thursday?
I'll,
This Thursday, the 27th?
yes.
Yeah.
Let me,
And I need an alternate date, well, unless you just wanna like say, hey, you have to
are
be.
you
here
good
this
for the
day.
27th if possible?
I think it'd be wrong because in case somebody has something.
So Thursday, Tuesday?
One second. I'm texting Lindsay now, see if maybe I get a response, see if that works for her. So, say again, what day?
Do Thursday and Tuesday? Hopefully everybody can
Tuesday? Does
make
that
it
work for
Thursday.
everybody?
Yeah, because we're figuring just in case they can't make it Thursday.
Yeah, I'd like to, yeah, because it's short notice. I would like to,
We should think of the time.
1900 usual time.
So,
I say something that gives everybody enough time to be off working.
yeah, gives kids time to eat if they gotta eat.
You mean if you don't remember that?
You know, unfortunately, my Kroger bill skyrockets during school season. Woof.
And Lindsay was, because I spoke to her about this when she told me her grandfather passed. But she's basically in agreement with my top 5. She was basically right down there with me, so.
I'll see what she says.
But 2 of those 5 didn't fill out applications. And the thing is one of those, I think they're more than qualified, but do we sideline them because Tim asked them to fill out an application? You will not be,
I think
you will not be considered if you do not fill out an application by X date.
I think we say, hey, this is the days we got, Thursday the 27th, and what day is Tuesday? The first, at 7
I'm gonna
p.m.
ask everybody for Thursday first.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, good choice. That's why, you sure you're going to go? So, you sideline them if they're going. Grab sand. Maybe laugh. Oh, all right, so we tell them what day we got and, just say, hey, make sure you have an application filled out. That's about all they need to do.
But I guess that was my question.
Resume.
Tim already
They
asked
got a
that.
resume.
He already told everybody, you will not be considered for the position unless you fill out an application.
That's what I did say.
And 2 of our
Whatever
top
you guys
5.
agree with, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I think.
It said that and what you wanted, you had to reply with whether you wanted one or both positions.
So, let them know what, on Thursday,
If
7
they,
o'clock.
if they haven't sent an application, I don't think they should be on.
No, there shouldn't be.
Well, there's 3 out of 5.
Or-
What say you?
And if
Yeah,
somebody
you
has
should be
a,
concerned. I mean,
then
it's
it's
already
already has to say
full.
what position.
Yeah, most of them did.
What do you say,
um,
Chuck Daddy?
These 2, I just
Small
wasn't sure.
business owner man over here, I know what he's thinking.
Some people don't check their email that often.
But they read it
Applying for a
initially though.
job.
I mean, if they're applying for a job.
You never apply.
All right, the tribal council has spoken.
Of all the people, Robert and Jacob are the only two that really stand out.
And everybody on here just, they sent theirs in. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Everybody not on here didn't.
So are we good with Robert, Jacob, Jason, or does anybody have any other applicants that really kind of?
No.
Now, them were the three.
And
Yeah.
again, just like what we ran into with Tim, I hate that it sucks, but you have to think about what's best for us financially and administrator utilities.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, now, if they're willing to work that, I'm not again, but that's pretty much what we're gonna have to go
It
with.
says we have to have three, so. Jason, Robert, and Jacob.
Yep. Because there's three.
Yeah.
You guys see anything about Hero?
Bev, Cheryl, any comments, concerns, questions, complaints?
I just don't, I mean, I know we came up with this new policy, but I just don't wanna waste too much time waiting on people.
No.
Because when's your last day, August what?
No, September 27th.
But he said he'd stay till end of the year if needed.
Okay. So that
I'm
is,
kidding,
that
I'm
is
kidding.
So I would not leave you high and dry.
That's what he said.
I'm sure he's gonna have to learn how to do.
Oh, dude, I couldn't imagine where,
Some
like,
crap.
as a
Will you
kid,
just
I couldn't
answer the phone?
imagine trying to learn.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it's,
Well, the only thing
Listen,
I'm saying
today,
is the
I only
longer you
answered
put
the
it
phone in
off, the less
between you
training
mowing
you
grass,
do.
pumping sewers, emptying
Swear I won't
sewers.
call the
The
emergency.
longer we put it off, the less training our new
we
administrator.
could have everything agreed
Because
to.
Tim could be
Right.
trained.
Hopefully, everybody
Monday.
can just do it Thursday.
Yeah, that'd be
Now,
awesome.
is that like
That'd be awesome.
3 days from now, or is that next week?
This
This
week
week.
if possible.
Thursday.
The 27th.
Yeah.
Or next Tuesday?
But we're gonna try to go with Thursday.
Yeah, because that takes them to the first already.
Right.
Yes, sir. Jason, Jacob, and Robert.
Thursday at 7, right now.
Yes.
But just remember, I mean, we did this because there was pushback because everybody said that they thought we kind of rushed through Tim.
Yeah, I know, I think this.
And that's kind of the reason why I came up with this, so nobody can say there's favoritism, nobody can say that, well, Chuck got his guy picked and that's who the new administrator is.
We learned,
Or,
You did that.
so last time we did interviews, it kind of went sideways, nameless,
It
faceless.
took 3 months to get rushed through though.
Yeah, so we kind of had a new policy. Basically, every council member we ask the questions, it's all listed. You score each candidate, that way it's all transparent. That way there's no, I know this person, you know what I mean? That way the best person gets it.
yes, ma'am, that's in the
I will
policy, that
say-
will be kept by the mayor. It won't go in the person's personnel file. That will be kept by the mayor in a file, so that way down the road, nobody can say, daggone it, you wanted to hire this dude, and I just didn't like him. Really? Because
So
number five, you basically made the dude sound like Jesus on the paper, and you said yes for him, and now all of a sudden you don't like him because he shut your election off.
I don't claim to be Jesus.
No, but that's an example why, you know what I
Yes.
mean? That way it protects you as well, you know?
I will say, so he stopped in here last Monday, right?
I did, sir.
And he asked for the budget. Nobody else has asked any time, and not that we would expect that, but he asked for the budget to see.
What am I working with? What's
Yeah,
my
what are we
mission
working with?
capability?
And no, it wasn't to see if he could get more money, even though he's asking for $500 a month.
I will also say that since then, because they may or may not have known, I've already been to Butler County Rural Water, pulled all the numbers for the last 6 months. I went to Mount Orb and pulled all the lift station readings. I have a breakdown for
He
day
does.
one. When I say 90 days, ladies and gentlemen, I don't mean I'm screwing around. I think it'll be like, okay, there'll be expectations at the end of 30 days. You'll see some report come out about where we are, where we stand, how we're moving forward, 60 days and 90 days. And working appropriately, I have a lot of knowledge that I really am excited about bringing to the community.
So basically what he's saying, by day 89, you'll be happy that I quit.
You're saying you're slacker. You're slacker.
That's- We'll see how much time you got when the sewer starts popping up.
Right.
Just stop by tomorrow, we're only pumping out 6 or 7.
I'll see if I can. I think I'll shoot you a message to say I want to pop over.
Did you see the one I put on Taco Bell? I don't know if you. Not today, Taco Bell.
No, I didn't see that one.
Now, once you get the reply, are you gonna?
Yeah. I'll
That
let
was
you know.
my
You said
idea,
it's
by
a-
the way,
Yeah, I
because I
sent it to you as
asked for
well.
all of the pictures of the Hamersville truck and all of these worldly locations since everybody lost their mind because it was sitting at Lowe's. That was my idea, by the way. All of it. Who came up with Guantanamo Bay? That was unique.
No.
I don't know. Good place.
Great Wall of China with gumball we got there?
Wait, Gumball was in there? I did not know that, dude.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah,
something
sure.
next, the questions.
I'm gonna have to look at that again.
Because the one that says, tell us about your background and what prepared you for this position.
Thank you.
That sounds generic. I propose this position is administrative, but also requires technical manual and or mechanical components. How would this compare to your previous positions? That's going to basically clarify a whole heck of a lot when you look at the questions. And then question number 3, describe your experience preparing or managing budgets. And I just included and follow up to keep them balanced. Because anybody can prepare a budget, but there has to be some follow-up component, kind of like, what is that cool report where it shows the percentages, the revenue status by fund? This is a really cool report because it shows basically what we've spent year to date, basically a percentage.
Hey, real quick before you finish, sorry, Gary. Nobody's gonna consider this cheating, are they? Since we're asking.
Because I'm present and they're out there talking
I
about.
mean, we're live, if they want to listen to the meeting.
No, I'm talking about this 30, 60, 90-day plan. We're not doing interviews yet.
They have the option to make it one. Well, you also told them about tonight's meeting.
I did invite everybody.
I honestly was hoping they would come, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I was
with you.
too.
Like, with that many candidates, I was hoping at least 2 or 3 showed up.
And question 5, like water main breaks 2 a.m. I put it's 2 a.m. a water main breaks. You're preparing the annual budget due this week. Basically, walk us through what your priorities would be, and we all kind of know if somebody says, "Well, I really like spreadsheets." That's not going to be a person, And then skip down to 10. Why should the village of Hamersville hire you? I think it's kind of generic. And I propose the question, this position requires the candidate to work in complex environmental conditions. How have you experienced this in previous positions? And I kind of did the same thing for sewer water operator. And just to kind of more clearly define, the position. So I don't know if you guys, could you make just a copy of just this front page? Just the front page?
You're not changing the rest?
Well, we can, but I just figured let's just get that done just for ease of reference.
So I have a copy of that.
Yeah, make 2 copies. Actually, make 3 copies of that. Just the
That's
first
too
Well, I was gonna make copies for, I got 1, so 5, 6, 7. 7.
8 it is.
You're welcome.
Can we change the village administrator job description?
That would have to be,
A vote?
yeah.
We could vote on it, yeah. What do you want to change?
I make a motion to.
For the future, after 10.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter what I want to add. But yeah, we probably need it. I was just thinking, I had something came up and I went to our township meeting, Tuesday, Thursday, I don't remember, the last township. And when I walked in, they were like, oh, councilman, haven't seen nobody from the village in a while. So what if the town administrator attends the meeting monthly? Don't have to stay, just walk in and say, hey, what's going on in Clark Township, anything you need to be aware of, you know. We got
Was that
three
last week?
Clark Township,
Yeah.
we got three Clark Township trustees, all very nice, very friendly, very easy to talk to. And their meetings are definitely short.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no issues with, like I said, if anything, it's the partnership and the working together. If we can know what they're thinking and what they're talking, they would
Yeah.
feel like, you know, we're more.
Yeah, so they're real cool with everybody.
They
It's just not like the collab you think it's gonna be.
The problem is the history, people before us and the egos. But as far as the people that are there now, they're fine. You'll have no issues. You've never had an issue with it.
No, I was supposed to go to that meeting last week.
So now we're gonna have issues. Thank you.
I think
Good
we're
job,
the only one that tables papers together for us.
Hi, he left, I'm here. You know.
But anyway, those are just ideas for
Yeah,
those
you go to the state
questions.
table.
Yeah.
To change it so that we've got consistency. I just thought basically kind of the way I worded these would incite a little bit more of a thoughtful response.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you don't know what somebody's thinking of what a position really entails, especially something like that, unless you've done it before. So I feel like a couple questions might at least kind of frame a couple positions you might be in.
So it's kind of just changing two questions and completely rewriting two questions.
Number 10 and number 1.
Yes, ma'am. And then kind of just added 2, 3, and really edited number 5 a lot.
So you pretty much redid the whole page. I didn't.
Well,
You do 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
well, 4 out of 11, I think would be roughly about 30. Okay. 33 and a half, 34%.
Take the word for it. I can still remember change.
No, you're wrong.
It's a bit much.
36. That was 36? Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I haven't changed half of it, 36%.
Are you asking to vote on this? Or do we need to?
Yes. I was just wanting anybody else's suggestions, because that's just the idea I had last month, but we've got to do this, try it as I might. I've all but gotten on my knees and begged him to stay. He's not. So
Maybe you should go to the meetings.
I just turned 54.
We can help you out.
That way we've got consistency and we're asking better questions.
I like them.
So yes, it wouldn't require a vote to change it, because we just
Yeah. I don't-
voted on this.
The only thing I was thinking was there was 2 on page 2, sewer and water operator. It says what businesses and certificates do you currently hold? Maybe add something about, are you willing to give the license that they require? Like,
You might luck out, so. oh, no.
It's right
See,
there,
but Bev,
number 2.
I was just voting on number 1 because we all kind of agreed
The-
we can change the rest at any time. I was just wanting to
Okay.
change
I
this
thought we
just
were-
for,
I thought we were doing
Expediency.
that as a packet.
You're good.
Oh, no.
But,
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, we got 3 candidates, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of.
3 candidates for dual role.
Yeah.
And I honestly, in my opinion, if we have 3 qualified That's better off for the village to choose one of those than choose two extra.
Yeah, and that, I mean, look at it like this, Tim's process of getting hired, something good came out of it, so. All right,
Time for him to get sent out to greener pastures.
Okay, so do we want to vote on changing this or just?
Be like old Yeller.
I think it's
I'm fine with the changes that Jerry, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Chuck, you got any opinion on it?
Then I make a motion to change the village administrator dual role, administration and utilities questions
to this current one, correct?
to the amended version, which Melissa, you got a copy, right?
Yes.
Hopefully Tim counted.
Yes. Yes.
It used to be 9. My friend's stuff.
So is everybody okay with changing the village administrator job description?
Do we need to change the job?
Just the change sheet. Thank you.
You guys just voted on it last week. Or 2 weeks ago.
Bev was just saying that, make sure that they go to the Park Township meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is where I'm gonna be me. I don't think you should require them to go. They're already salaried. There's already 3 to 7 hours of meetings a month here. If something happens to where they got 50, 60 hours in, and it just happens to be the trustee meeting, it's not that important. We don't do anything together.
I think asking if need be to go, you know, if you're asked to go, would
I
that
mean,
be?
making it a requirement, so that's the thing, they do it at 7 o'clock just like this, where, you know, guys gotta go home and come back to this one.
But honestly, he'd only be there like 10, 15 minutes.
Then there's no point in them going.
Right.
Yes, because then you could find out what's going on in our township. I mean,
We have
literally,
jurisdiction
they
over
just tell you.
something.
If it's me, I'm probably gonna attend it anyway, so
Okay.
Right.
But either way,
I'm with you. I should.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I think.
there's a lot that goes on, and this was an argument from a few weeks ago, like, yes, I'm willing to do anything and everything you want, but at the same time, there is a limit to what can be done
I think it
within the timeframe that you're allowed.
Yeah, I wouldn't require it.
it should be asked, are you open to going if need be? We need
Yeah.
to-
Yeah, if you wanna make it
comes
go
up or-
quarterly, that makes more
or something,
sense,
yeah.
but making it a mandatory thing, I mean, just,
Yep,
that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah.
Now that Charlene's here, I motion to adjourn.
I've been in the visitation.
sorry to hear that. A lot of those going
All
around.
right, are you guys ready for
Yeah, Melissa's got to do her report still.
I'm trying to cut,
I don't think I have anything else,
probably, yeah.
other than just the witnesses, but some stuff I have.
All right, so make this snappy.
Sorry.
This won't be important for Jody.
Oh, yeah.
What time you guys done?
So this is the pack power stuff. This is the email from our insurance saying that we're good to go. We don't have to change nothing. This is the first page. The second and third page is Pack Power's contract, what it looks like. Obviously, we gotta scribble in the numbers and stuff, but
Sweet.
is the reason in put numbers in and things like that, because they usually aren't a different type of contract. It's like a job by job contract. And I'm assuming you just didn't want to make a new one.
Yes.
I mean, it's just gonna be one of those things. We're agreeing to those prices, and I'm sure yearly he's gonna change those prices or at least look at them. So the handout that I gave you last week, those will be the numbers for this contract.
I think it's a great idea.
This is basically the cover for Louis, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll at least lock us in from not having to pay for an emergency rate. You know what I mean? Now, it's still, I ain't saying it ain't gonna be expensive. That's not what that means.
Well, we know it will be expensive, but the whole reason why we did it is
It's
like
insurance.
poor Louis can't freaking go take a damn vacation because he always feels like I have to be within like so many hours of Hamersville.
And honestly, I like the way Gary does business. Like, I trust his word, he knows what he's doing, so I like that. So have you sent this to him yet?
No, that's what he sent me.
Oh, okay.
So basically, we just need to agree to it and get it signed.
You sent me
If you guys
something?
want to review it or whatever. If we're having another special meeting, I'll give you guys time to review it if you want to change.
You guys wanna add that to the thing Thursday?
Yeah.
Real quick, before I forget, sorry to kind of jump in your spot, Justin Houghton called earlier. He couldn't make it tonight, but I told him we're having a meeting for hiring, it'd be sometime this week, and he would come to that, so I'll tell him, so put him down in ink. Dooley, the back payments,
Okay.
so write that
Could not
down.
remember for the life minute. Why did that name sound so complicated to me? Okay.
So he should, I'll let him know, matter of fact, I did now, so.
Sorry, I accidentally went out of order too.
I don't feel bad.
See, that's why you're out.
You're
So,
covered. I'm
We
sorry.
got the third reading on ordinances 2026, 17, 19, and 20. Melissa has all those. That's gonna be your NDA, your flock, and what's the other one? Is that the peddling one?
Yes.
Solicitation. So that way we don't have people coming up in here beating on the doors unapproved. I do have to order signs for that, so.
One thing, only wanted the flock ordinance, I wanna add, or any other surveillance devices to that.
I saw that on the internet today. I like that idea.
That way, cause there's a Axon, and there's another, I can't remember what the other company's called, but that way, there's no, they can go, hey, look, they left the carve out for a reason.
One of you guys wanna write it on there?
Yeah.
That way I can get it fixed in the morning.
Got it.
Which one was it?
The flock, yeah. We'll add,
Then I will make the motion.
Just let me write it on the
Just-
top.
That is 18, correct?
19.
19?
Hold on.
It should be at the top.
Yeah, 19.
Then I will make the motion to adjust ordinance 2026-19, amending the current ordinance as it is to add any surveillance devices.
May I second that?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't trust you not to laugh if you mess spelling that, so we'll look at it.
Yes, you are.
I don't trust you not to judge me.
Really felt like I was going that far. Did I lean back in my chair the other day and it just flipped out nowhere? For 2 years. Cracked my head on the
Where's the
floor.
working?
I don't know.
I think it's one I'm sitting.
Does it feel funky?
Yeah. It was over there.
I just realized David is not wearing a tie. Out of uniform.
Casual.
Right.
You know, pass the policy on that.
That's a good response.
So can we go ahead, Mr. Grimes, could they go ahead and read this the third time and vote yes today, even though they want to add this change?
You're gonna be changing the third reading, yeah.
Well, this is the third reading.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll fix it in the morning.
we'll do it in order.
Yeah. You are OCD.
Yes, I.
Don't ever
I've
deny
got
it again.
I've got it bad. I do.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Third reading for ordinance number 2026-17. Ordinance regulating commercial solicitation, peddling, canvassing, transient merchants, and door-to-door sales within the village of Hamersville, Ohio. Establishing permit requires hours, enforcement, penalties, and effective date. Sign this copy.
Yes.
You want everybody?
I make the motion.
Second.
Pass 2026-17.
Yes.
There's one on there. Oh, that's the resolution.
Oh. You want me to pass this around so they can?
That, that's the resolution, but did you guys already pass the resolution the last meeting?
Yes,
Just so there's
yes. The fees
The
for
fees for
the,
that? For the
Yeah, I
peddler?
think you guys already passed
Yeah.
that.
okay,
So
just
I
make
just
sure,
have to fill that out.
okay, just make sure
Yeah,
nobody
they,
didn't
they
sign.
don't have to sign.
Okay. Here's yours.
You're-
What is it?
That is a good point.
It just brought up excluded.
Robert just made up a good point to make sure that we exclude our own
Security cameras.
security cameras.
Just so you don't write something in the law that.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. You ain't getting paid for that.
Yes, sir.
So.
Oh, you made it up? Or you said that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought Gary did it. All right, yeah, thank you,
No,
Robert.
it was Gary. It was.
So I make the motion to adjust that same ordinance with that included.
Excluding our
Own security cameras on village property.
Yeah.
That's a good catch.
yes.
Why didn't you catch that? We paid you.
No, he did. He looked at
I
me and he
did.
said, "Do you think?"
So
I did, but then I figured somebody'd be like, well, what about ring cameras? And then I'd be like, no ring cameras. I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute, where, anywhere?
No,
No,
they have them.
Yeah.
No, this is talking about
I was gonna
the
say,
government.
you got lost your freaking mind, Chubbs. I got security cameras.
We're gonna do haircuts next. You're allowed to have 6 approved haircuts.
One ain't gonna be mine.
Or the brown shirts would be killing me.
I got special.
No variance.
Haircuts in here.
Chuck's in trouble.
Yeah, Chuck.
Start running hard.
this right here is the 2026-19 ordinance, third reading.
Oh, yeah, reread it.
Yeah, just read it.
Okay, I'm gonna reread it.
Because we're
and adding ours, yeah. Village of Hamersville ordinance number 2026-19. Ordinance establishing public transparency, public safeguards and approval requirements for automated license plate readers, block cameras, ALPR systems, excluding any surveillance device, our cameras on village property.
I make the motion. I second.
So no other companies will be able to come in.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because Tim's gonna make the change, so I'll leave it
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
for you, so. Third reading on 2026-20.
Subject solicitation.
That's the idea.
Yeah. Village of Hamersville, Ohio, ordinance number 2026-20, ordinance establishing a policy prohibiting the execution of non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, or any other confidentiality agreements by village officials or employees without prior authorization of village council, following public notice and public hearings and declaring an effective date. And to be more specific on that, what that means is if Vince were to come in, we would tell everybody, he's gonna present us with information, prices might not be what they are, so we have to keep that confidential. We would let everybody know what that is, but it would only be for prices from Vince. That's really the only
I make the motion
I
to
second.
accept.
carve out.
Yes.
And even that, and that's before June, because June's when the auction is, so it would be in springtime.
Speaking of Vince, while you're doing that, I'm waiting on him to respond to me, because the auction was this June. And we wanted him to come back and discuss our options for extensions.
Yes.
he told me he couldn't make this one, and I was just waiting on him to tell me when he could come again.
Yeah, any meeting.
Okay,
guess technically we could just call a special meeting for him.
Yeah,
That's why I just told him to tell me when he's available, we'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Could I bring up another possible
are you good? Good.
that there's a lot of stuff on the internet, like there's DFLOC USA, there's Police the Police, and please understand this isn't anything against first responders, police officers, anything else. But there's a lot of flack that organizations are getting. This whole, can we come up with something, David, where every time a police officer is put on suspension, there's got to be paid leave? Because my idea is if you did something bad enough to constitute being put on leave, why should we pay you to have a paid vacation?
I
I
think,
don't know that we have to put them on paid leave.
Because it seems like that is the,
I don't
that's
know if
the
there's
modus
guidelines.
operandi everywhere. All the police, like, all of Sardinia's on leave. They put the Bethel dude on leave till he finally got.
They don't, I don't think that, I could be wrong, but don't they have like a union protection? That's why I was like, they don't really have any control on that, if I'm not mistaken. Am I crazy? I think that's what I've heard, like they're in the FOP.
Yeah.
And they have steps that they have to follow. So like, that's probably what they agreed with the state, I would imagine.
No, it's back to the employee stuff we talked about as far as civil service. We're not subject to civil service. We're not. I don't know of anything that requires us to, I mean, I could be wrong on that.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
could look
Yeah.
into it.
I just, I've heard.
It was just a question because, I mean, like, for instance, I mean, like some of these officers, I mean, firefighters, it's not just police officers. They do something bad, they're put on paid administrative leave for like 3, 4, 5, 6 months. The way it works at my job, I get written up or fired. They don't say, hey, Jerry, we need you to go sit at home and think about this for the next 9 months. That'd be pretty awesome,
Maybe, yeah, that's why.
you know?
100%.
Well, most of our employees are employees that will, except like police, once they're taken off probation, there's a few that we have to treat a little differently. But even with them, as far as having to have cause to terminate them, I still don't have anything that makes us pay them while we make that decision.
So could we have something then where council has to vote whether it is paid or unpaid leave? I guess that's the question.
So you're wanting something in advance of that, or when it comes up to say, here's what we're doing?
So we've got it in advance, so just in case, you know, and I have no fear of doing this, all of a sudden Travis decides tonight to go ripping through Eastgate, firing his pistol off right down 32. I have no fear at all that that's going to happen, but there would also obviously be consequences.
Right.
We would have to hold him accountable. But while that investigation's going on, I think it would be crazy if we paid him, waiting for BCI or whoever would investigate it to come in. And
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with you saying either mayor or mayor and or council have an emergency meeting to determine the pay status.
all right. Thank you, sir. Can you put that on the agenda for Thursday? I'll try to have it ready by then. Thank you.
Final warning.
So next thing is the flow meter letter. Did you get that yet, Bev?
I have not got that. That letter came from the EPA. I did contact the EPA and they are looking into that. And I did look on their website. I wasn't able to find it on their website, but it's my understanding that there's been several letters since the village over the last few years.
I can promise you there ain't been one sent in the last, since we have these new emails. I don't know, I just keep asking for it because you told me you had
Okay,
it,
but
so.
do we have access to the old email?
There was just Guy's email, and then this, technically, the village email has been live since whenever the .gov was set up. But, I mean, I'm only asking for it because you told me you had it.
I'm looking to see if I can get a copy.
Grimes, Mayor's Court, do you have to attend? Did you find out?
Well, it depends on who you talk to as far as this. Now, when you go to the trainings for the magistrate, they'll bang it in their heads as far as it's for your protection, as far as the magistrate's protection of the solicitor is there, or there's somebody there to prosecute cases. Because what happens is she can get in trouble if it comes across as she's negotiating.
Because she can't wear two hats.
That's the whole purpose of why, well, back history, 20 years ago, they used to have the mayor presiding as the judge or the magistrate. And people finally realized that's not the best idea to have.
Until now.
To have somebody that has no training be the magistrate. So everybody thought that was a big improvement. And that seemed acceptable for a while, but the more it gets into it as far as magistrates trying to negotiate something. Now, it would be, mayor's court would run better if there is a solicitor there. Now, $1 million question is it worth it? I mean, if you got enough cases in there, if you had 30 cases a night, I wouldn't have a problem saying it's worth.
I'm glad you brought that up.
But if you don't have enough cases,
We haven't had 30 cases this year.
well, I'm just throwing out a random number. I don't know what's a good number to say.
No, but you're right. You're right.
We get so few cases, I think sometimes a better idea is like, all right, you can have your day in court. We're just gonna continue it till the next time. We'll make sure the solicitor is there. Now, yes, I understand the magistrate saying she wants somebody there all the time.
I think she'd go for that. I could ask her.
That's what, she does want him there.
But she wants me there every time is the
Right.
question I got.
Right, okay. Well, I was just wondering, if it's just to actually do the cases, like you said, just continue it to, then you come every other meeting.
Now, you guys run into this all the time. If you ask me what's the best way to do it,
Right.
I don't hesitate to tell you a solicitor should be there. But we don't have the funds that a lot of other municipalities have. And I can't tell you that it's the best investment to have me there, or a solicitor there at every meeting.
What did
Or at
we
every
use last
mayor's
night?
court.
So would you like me to float that by Jackie?
Or I can even talk to Jackie.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that would probably,
Now with my schedule, I think I initially told you got one tomorrow, right?
tomorrow. I think it is.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure, because
Yeah, I think it
I
is.
initially, like when
Yeah, no,
I scheduled them all to
Yes.
be there, I said, well, the first two I can't, like tomorrow I thought it was, we start at 4:00. I think.
It's crazy early, yeah.
Yeah, because I was scheduled to be in a jury trial tomorrow, so I told them I couldn't be here tomorrow, but that got
And
settled.
that's a whole nother thing.
But I think from here on out, I do have it on my calendar, I don't think I have any immediate conflicts.
If you wouldn't mind talking to her and you guys work out, because to be honest with you, you guys are gonna know what's gonna be best. And I guess let us know what you guys decide. Let me know what you guys decide. Because I understand her position 100%. I get it. It only takes one.
Right.
It only takes one. That's it. And I like Jackie. I don't like her being in a bad spot. But at the same time, I don't want you coming down here for one case.
It's like video calling in if there is an instance.
I don't know.
I mean, the problem is, I could be on call, but they have so few cases, and by the time you call me, I'm not gonna get here before it's mayor's court.
No, I just see a lot of them
Like Zoom,
over Zoom to begin with. It's like not even being in person.
like do it from your office. I would go for that if that's legal, if that's allowed.
I can talk to her about that. I haven't talked to her about doing this, doing about phone. The
Now-
courts have, they've been a little more lax on it. They obviously did a lot of Zoom court during the pandemic, and
Like precedent now.
But they've kind of got back now to just kind of doing it on pre-trials or not the actual trial itself. I don't know of a reason we can do that. So maybe
You got my blessing, if that's possible, because I know that would, it's an hour drive for you.
I'd say let's buy some.
Oh,
Yeah.
TV right here.
Right,
There you
where
go.
Mr. Grimes, I mean, just mount a nice TV right there.
We're gonna put one right here.
Don't
Well,
be
what do you
stealing
have
my
to do
ideas, I'm
about
trying to do
that?
it for 8 months. Alright, do you mind if we skip down the new business real quick before Chuck Daddy has to leave?
yeah.
So beginning of new business is the water rate. Yeah. I told you, y'all were gonna be mad at me. I told you back in March.
Get your purse out,
So,
start swinging it.
I'm support, I don't even have one now.
You got wine purse now.
So this is a little different than before. Your front page is gonna show you our costs for the next few years. Then the next page shows you our current costs across the board. It's gonna go all the way across the top for your 4 different. Yeah, you got your, I wanted you to stay for this, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
That'd
be somebody in.
Watch him get angry.
Hey, will you make him a copy real quick?
Of this?
I was planning on giving this to everybody that showed up. So basically, 2027 on this first page just goes up the percentages like we originally talked about. Now, I know this year, at the beginning of the year, instead of going up to 5% on everybody in town, we cut that back 75 cents and put that 75 cents on the out of town. Okay? So this first page is just straight up percentages added. That's your option A. So water protection, option B, is a little different. So I got it for in-towners only going up 75 cents a year, no matter the percentage, which is less than it technically should be. But over here, you'll see the numbers start jumping a little bit, particularly on the out-of-town, residential, and commercial. So basically, what it was supposed to be in town to cover that 5% is being broke up between commercial out-of-town and commercial, or out-of-town and commercial out-of-town. And the very last page shows you those differences. Like the first column there is going to show you what technically our in-town water rate should have went up, but it's being put over here to the out-of-towners. I'm going to say, like I said at the beginning of the year, I highly suggest we just do the plan. I know we all agreed on that second reading to do 4 years, and on the third reading, it dropped back down to just doing 2026. For argument's sake, so everybody's not so upset for 3 months a year about this particular thing.
Yeah.
You know, if we pass it, we pass it. If you can take it back down, that's always an option. I don't know that it's a wise option because once you're where you're at, you're where you're at. I mean, I know it's been done in the past where I brought up a few times where electric rates were 25 cents a kilowatt in 2004, and then magically in 2024 they're only 18, and then people were upset when we had to kick it up 30%. It should have never been 18 again.
Right.
So that's where the funds that we're missing, or not missing,
We could have had.
not missing Facebook, I promise.
Yeah, we don't
We
like
just
that one.
lost out. It's that same concept of retiring. You know, you start when you're 25 versus 35.
Right.
It was screwed up for several years on the water, electric, sewer, whatever. It doesn't matter. The biggest one actually is probably the water.
You know, I'll also say that during my time of going up to Mount Orb, I believe they sent a letter to you all. They informed me that you're currently paying $6.50 per 1,000 gallons. It goes up September 1 to $7.50.
It's supposed to be October 1.
Well, that's, she may have misspoke,
Okay.
but she said, yeah, September 1 it goes up. And I was like, oh, okay. Like,
Yeah, so last year, there was some miscommunications or something. We were notified that it was going up $2, which would have took it from $4.50 to $6.50.
Yeah.
Except it wasn't acted upon until this spring. So we took it up to $9.20 So we could get part of that back until it goes up to 8, and then we only get a little bit now. So we're covered for this year,
That was a good plan.
but
You go on it.
So refresh my memory, does this go up January 1st?
yeah, the actual rates will go up the month of January.
Yeah, all utility changes.
And I honestly, I had plans of not this year, but next year of going and talking to Brown County Water to see what the projections were and trying to get ahead of some stuff. Same thing with, whoever's here for the next couple of years or whatever, they can go to Mount Orb and try to negotiate this a little bit. Cause I would rather know that we're gonna get hit with a buck for the next 10 years rather than, oh, we're gonna give you a freebie this year.
Right.
Then you're getting $2 in 2025
Right.
and $1.50 in 2026,
That's
where
right.
we didn't get an increase for 2 years. We weren't ready for it.
Let's lock it in.
We were, but we weren't. We should have been, I guess I should say. So, but we really need to start planning for the future here. I know we've made a lot of progress the last couple of years.
Bond.
And I'll tell anybody, matter of fact, when I talked to him, I said, there's a lot of bickering and arguing that goes on at this table sometimes. But in my opinion, this council has done better things, well, I'm gonna get some hate for this one, than the last 3 or 4 councils. In my opinion, because nobody looked at the long term, and nobody can say that they did. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been getting pennies on our dollars for water and electric. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry guys.
The sewer bond's over in 31, correct?
2031, and that was another thing. Like we had great plans,
Yeah.
going.
That was
With the sewer protection, we could buy extra pumps. We've been buying 12 pumps. If we could buy 12 to 20 pumps a year, by the time the bond's over with,
Oh,
you got almost all brand new pumps, and then you got $110,000 that you can start upgrading stuff with instead of worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow. So,
sewer bonds almost go away overnight.
right.
I mean, as far as financial
Yeah,
compared to where we're
right,
at,
yeah.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
We'd be able to buy.
Yeah, because
a dozen
ideally,
pumps.
here's the deal: you got 2 $18,000 pumps out at the lift
Right.
station. You need to have 2 in the ground and 1 ready to go in.
Right.
We don't have that. We got 1 total right now. At the school, that was running on 1 pump for 1.5 or 2 years. We didn't even know it. I mean, I guess
You learned
so
it.
sometimes you end up being ignorant about something, you just don't know. And as soon as we found out, we got 1 put in.
Right.
But we don't have a spare. That one's probably $9,000 now. So there's a lot of stuff that has to happen. I know we get blamed of, oh, we're just raising this, raising that. Look, it has to happen. But when you give an employee a $2,000 raise, and you're increasing whatever, and you're getting 40 grand, yeah, that employee might get that 2 grand off of 5 different categories, but that other 38,000 is prepping for future.
Right.
And that's what people need to start realizing.
Agreed.
So,
No. Until now.
Hey, did you ask Louis about those lines out there we looked at?
no, remember I told you those ones that he can do by himself.
Okay.
But he's planning on doing them at some point.
So,
Like, there's no ordinance with this yet. I just kind of wanted to get it on everybody's mind. There'll be an ordinance for it next month, because you got September, October, November to put it in place for January.
so we need, yeah.
Even looking at these rates going up for the out-of-towners, they're gonna be mad, but it could always be worse. It could still be Georgetown. I didn't tell you about that. Did you look at that yet? So Georgetown, if you're out of town, it's double. So for us, in town, we're $27. For an out-of-town Georgetown person, would be 54.
And their electric, they have like a 10% sending fee.
Sorry, Georgetown.
Yeah, I paid for
That's
it.
all.
So
Yeah.
if you got $100 bill for your electric, really pay a $10 fee on top of that. Just flat.
So and there's just a lot to think about, and it sucks that this group of people is in the position that where you guys are having to make all the increases that should have been done 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Right. Thank you for staying for.
And it's okay. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday.
Sir. Nice meeting you, man.
You too,
Nice to
sir.
meet you. You ever need anything, let me know.
Thank you.
I'll be waiting on you to get here for the sewer tomorrow.
Don't test me, I'll show up.
Whatever we can save the townspeople in water and put on the out of town, I'm for it. If they wanna join town, they can join.
I mean, it's not like we're not increasing here. I mean, as long as you increase something, you know, they're not, you know, it's just,
Anyone can ask it and next in, so. It's their choice if they want to.
You did a period list, huh?
well, and that's the other, I don't know if you guys remember, so where Georgetown, they have, so if you're out of town, it's double. But if you're out of town and don't wanna be in town, you get a what do you call it, a supercharge or something stupid like that. So where in town was 29, out of town was 58, your supercharge is 65 or 67.
Wow.
And a lot of times it was somebody that's in between, somebody that wants to come into the town. So this person's paying $59 because they want to be annexed, but this person blocks them, they get charged 67.
You would think that would be illegal.
Yeah,
You would think,
I would.
It's
I would
brilliant,
think that would be illegal.
That's crazy about that.
Yeah, that's great.
but, yeah, it's just stuff to think about, you know, it's,
I think we should go consistently like what we did the last time. Cause Chuck, I'm sorry, just to say, stick it to all the out of town people. I mean, don't get me wrong, that all sounds good, but we use the water too.
Well,
it's not even that much higher.
Cause that last rate, basically when we raised it before, that's the first time ever we introduced to our billing process that commercial and out of town people basically get charged anything different because we were never doing that at all before.
The village buys our utilities in bulk to offer them to our residents. So offering them to people that aren't our residents at the same price just defeats the purpose of the village.
you get some Hamersville first, bumper stickers.
So
There you
they
go.
have the option, like the closer.
There
You
you
get
go.
me jacked up over here,
Join
Chuck,
the village.
damn.
He's on the road.
If they want to save $5 a month on their water, put a petition.
Can you imagine if Hamersville went all the way to the golf cart?
We want to grow the village.
Yeah, so
that's an
actually,
option. They
Jerry,
want
if you
in
look
on
at
our
this, like
prices.
2028 for out of town minimum commercial, it's only 48 cents higher. It's not as bad as, because it's being split up between,
Taking up the cities to trash, water, all that stuff. Little commercials from anywhere anyway.
No, we got a couple of things.
alright, so,
Almost.
but yeah, just a heads up, that'll be coming soon. Alright, we'll get back to the old business. I just want to make sure Chuck Daddy was here for,
Thanks for
That
ruining my
important
night, by
thing.
the way, Tim.
what is it?
Thanks for ruining my night. End of the year, forgot about water rates, it's
Oh,
all 1 year.
You're welcome. So we'll do the quick stuff first. Grimes, so he sent me an answer on the patrol hours. The mayor can dictate the amount of patrol hours, you just cannot pick the time.
Yeah, I think that's what we said before.
No, we were waiting on his opinion.
But hearing that just makes me wonder, and this is the trap of having one person on the road. Anytime Travis has any kind of administrative, because every case, there's a lot of paperwork. You gotta write everything, I mean, there's a lot of paperwork that has to be done, so he's off the street. And so like, is that, is that patrol hour still? You know what I
didn't
mean?
think he was really the worry.
I get it. But yeah, guy's gonna have to patrol.
I thought he was.
So he agreed to it. So when it initially happened to me and Tim's and everybody that here, he volunteered up to patrol, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I heard. He was gonna patrol the school zone in the mornings, he said.
So, I mean, we gotta have more patrol hours. We gotta have more patrol hours.
Yeah, because you're not gonna have.
Well, there's 72 hours between the two of them. I mean, Travis should always be patrolling unless he's doing paperwork. I mean, if he has to do paperwork, I mean, come on, are we gonna split hairs and say you have to be on the road for 35 hours and you only get 5 hours to do your paperwork?
Yeah, no, I don't want that
That,
world, but
that's kind of crazy, but he should be patrolling as long as he's working.
maximum.
But if he has paperwork to do, then obviously we have to trust that he's just gonna do the paperwork and get back out on the dang road.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even try to micromanage how they allot their time as far as, because I would also imagine a regular DUI case compared to a domestic violence with a weapons.
Well,
probably
here's the
different
thing, you
amount
could
of
also
time.
look at it this, because I think we're overcomplicating.
Yes.
Like right now, we're just trying to
Get
make
more
sure
hours.
there's more patrol hours.
Yeah.
I think it's a simple, you need to do 16, 20, 15, I don't freaking care, it doesn't matter to me.
How many hours a week do you want, guys?
But the thing is, if you're talking about, so every time they write a ticket, yes, they have to document something. That is a part of patrolling to me.
Yeah.
So I don't think
agree.
that part's even relevant, we're just trying to figure out.
I mean, Travis isn't the question, it's
This guy.
what's Guy doing? 32 hours managing one police officer.
Yeah, we need at least,
That's, how long does it take to write a schedule for somebody whose schedule never changes?
well, let's say the school zone, at least one of the, I'll give you 1 out of 2 a day, so that's 5. It's 5 different segments out of 10
It's
you,
only half gone.
I would like, are you drinking creamer?
That's what I just said. No, it's
Oh.
coffee.
Oh, it looked like coffee, creamer. I spent time in the military, dude. I've seen dudes just
I will
drink
drink creamer, but
salsa.
it's gotta
I've
be
seen
sweet
it all,
creamer.
man. I've seen it all. See you, bro.
I poured in my cereal.
But I think Guy volunteered it. He even said he'd do the school zone. I would like at least a couple days a week to have the school zone.
I think you're gonna get me in trouble. I think you just need to pick a number.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's been 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, he works 32 hours a week.
And the only reason I'm bringing it, because I get constantly asked these things, like,
I did too.
what are we doing for this? Or when somebody sees it on there, why are we talking about that? Well, because it's gotta be done. It's as simple as that.
What you doing for 32 hours a week?
And that's kind of where I was saying, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but he's writing one officer's schedule who's never changes his schedule. So literally copy and paste. So there's 31 hours and 55 minutes now he can find something else to do.
Yeah, I would
Because
imagine.
it takes him 5 minutes to write out a schedule. How much, if you look at how many, if you look at the workload of what Travis has done and how much his ticket count and investigation count and everything else is compared to where it was 3 years ago, you're not gonna tell me he's spending a whole heck of a lot of time managing that either. He's down probably to 20% of the amount of tickets and everything else he was writing 3.5 years ago. So you take that out of the equation, there's that much more time he's got. I realize he's part of this whole OPATA thing or whatever with the small town police stations, but that's not anything, why should Hamersville pay for that? If he's the president of that, they should be paying him for that. I mean, not trying to sound mean, that's
I
just
think
kind of
18
somebody has to
hours
be the adult in the
On the
room
road
and
is
say,
generous,
we
correct?
need more from you.
What would that be? 18, because he works 32 a week, 18 hours. What is that out of 7 days? That's 3 hours on the road a day, a little less. I mean, so I think 20 hours, 3, 7, somewhere around there. Yeah, no, 21. I mean, again, we can't tell them what time, correct?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Correct? You can't tell them what time,
Right.
from 9 to 5. but I can say, Guy, we need you to at least patrol
Right.
20 hours a week.
Well, are we telling him the time because we're telling him we want him to patrol the school zones in the morning?
Well, how about this? We emphasize the school zone, but we get it. I mean, can't tell them what
4
time.
hours a day.
I mean, schools, they don't start till what, 8?
Yeah, it
Eight
starts
to
at-
zone,
Yeah,
yes.
8 to
Yeah.
9, and then 3 to 4.
4.
So, I mean, you can hit one of those, I mean, it'd be nice.
Cause I was telling Tim, who was that I was telling? That was you, wasn't it? No, that was you. I just, right off Lyman
Oh,
Van
yeah.
Thompson, I did a big pool slab. And literally in the middle of the morning, I was on my way to Maysville. And I was in the concrete pump because I was heading straight there. When I hit the 25 to 35, I guess because this guy's wondering why an 80,000 pound vehicle won't go 10 miles an hour that fast. Literally passed me right by your daggone house.
Yeah,
Just blew right by me.
Morning's the speedway time.
Oh, yeah.
It was probably like literally 9:45.
Morning and late at night.
Oh, yeah, luckily, there's been a
And-
state boy here in the morning when I leave for work, quite a bit. He laps, he turns around on McKinney Mark and drives back that way, and comes back around, like a shark.
He's still here at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
When if I've got to leave early.
He must do that all shift.
Yeah, I've seen him have people pulled over at 5 o'clock in the morning.
All right, so what are we doing? What do you want me to tell Guy?
Get on the road.
How many hours?
I'd say 20 hours a week.
20 out of his 32. Better we just cut it in half and say 17? Yeah. Say like half of your hours need to be spent on the road? Or I mean, would that be
Stay
fair if we just cut it in half?
10 of the 17?
No, I mean, if we just cut it, the 32 hours we allotted for him, if he just patrols half of it, which would be 17 hours.
So you're good with 17?
I'm good with that.
I mean, let's do 17 then.
I mean, obviously, it's a free country. He's got a legitimate argument to it. He can argue that fact.
I mean, you can do it all in one day.
I know that.
But you know what I mean. However you want to break it down, you break it down. But
Yeah.
we need that time. We need that time.
Okay.
I don't think that's too much to ask. No. All right, we good to move on?
The zoning stuff. Brian's wanted more specifics on exactly what we need, so he can tell me what he thinks before I call the lady in Columbus. Like,
For Dooley,
no, zoning.
just in general.
Like building places,
Right.
inspections, like ideally, I wish we didn't have to use Brown County at all and just figure out a way just to do it in-house, but, you know,
We don't employ an engineer.
well, you don't have to have one for that.
Why do you have to get it by hand?
Oh, if you live in Hamersville. You literally
I
don't.
wanted
You
to
could
go
go in
back
your
to-
backyard, do whatever you wanted right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, this is my idea. You can blame me. I just wanted consistency because I wanted to make sure that, okay, if Bev wins the lottery tomorrow and says, I'm gonna buy part of Charlene's backyard and put me some like monster 5,000 square foot mansion in my backyard, that's great. Because I know if she's building something that big, she's gonna have reputable builders doing it.
Yeah.
But what I'm worried about is two rednecks in a truck with a bunch of 2x6s in the back of it, building whatever in the world they want to make sure that everything is hooked up correctly. Because David, the question was that this lady said, For commercial stuff, we have to go through somebody in Columbus or wherever.
Yeah, you have to set it up.
Basically, that's for Columbus, we have to get set up for anything commercial. But for in town, the ordinance basically is that if they come here and say Melissa, Tim, or the Easter Bunny, whoever's here, I want to build, Bev comes in here with her blueprints for this 5,000 square foot mansion. Who do I get this signed off on? That way we know exactly who to send her up there in Brown County to have footer inspection, walls, plumbing, electrical, everything else, to where we know there's consistency of what's being built. Because right now, I can put a house in my backyard and run the sewer right up to the Hamersville River because it runs right next to my house. Who would know?
Guess the next car that went through it.
No, I mean, it goes that drainage ditch right next to
Isn't
it.
that car in
Oh, yeah.
there?
But that's the reason why I wanted it, so we have consistency, because if we have some slumlord moving here, just building, whatever in the hell they want. That's why I was thinking of it that way.
Alright.
Does that answer your question or
Well,
or did I confuse you?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, when they brought up zoning, I thought you meant like having residential areas, commercial areas, like.
Oh, no,
You're just talking about building commercial.
yes, sir,
Or residential and commercial, or
building, yes, sir,
any building,
yes, sir.
okay.
That way, if it's a commercial building, that they know who to go to. Again, Bev's putting that 5,000 square foot mansion in her backyard. That way, we know they have to go to Brown County and meet with, yeah,
So what extent of building has to be permitted, then, are you saying, any improvement?
yes, sir.
Even to improve, or like add on to your house, or?
Yeah, I think any additions or new construction, unless there's already an because I mean, again, we can debate this, ladies and gentlemen. If there's an existing construction right now in Brown County, if there's an existing footer, there's no permits required. I could literally tear off part of the corner of my house, as long as I start building on that exposed footer that's already there. Beth could do the same thing when she puts her 5,000 square foot mansion in her backyard. As long as she's got that exposed corner of that footer, guess what? She doesn't need anything.
As long as you don't violate the airspace.
And believe it or not, that's the law. I mean, as long as she's got the property to do it, let's just imagine all of us live in big properties. We could do that to any single one of our houses, and nobody could say a cotton picking thing.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm kind of confused.
I'm kind of iffy on this one.
Well, it's, say you, like I had the Amish come out and build me a shed
Mm-hmm.
in my backyard, behind my double car garage. Does that limit you on doing that too?
No, you just have to have that approved.
Yeah.
Basically, they're just
Come to
going to,
council and have it approved?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, because we've never had to do that before, is why I'm
Yeah.
asking that.
I just basically somebody to look at it to make sure, like, yeah, cool, this will stand, this will be fine. Because another idea, if you want to see property values go up in Hamersville, we write an ordinance that basically no private transactions of real estate unless it goes through an MLS listing. Because that's one of the tricks that I found out. That's the reason why if you look at our property values in Hamersville, they're so low. If
Mine,
we're buying stuff person to person, none of that stuff ever hits the recording office. It doesn't hit the recording office unless it goes through an MLS listing. And basically, that's what turns it on to go to the auditor for the property value.
because it's sad what property value is in the village.
Say that again.
That's the reason why the property values are so low in the village, because all of this peer-to-peer, you got a piece of property and I buy it from you for 30 grand cash, here you go.
It's not been reassessed.
It's not been reassessed in years, and unless it goes through an MLS listing of some type, basically that's what triggers it to go to the auditor's office for them to come in and say, we really need to.
See, every transaction goes through the auditor's office.
Yeah.
They know about it. Now, that's because they're too lazy to do something about it. But every transaction, I can't record a deed without the auditor knowing.
You
They don't
have
do
to
shit about it then.
Well, I need to go up there and talk to
Maybe
them
we need a
then.
new damn auditor then.
4-bedroom, 2-bath
So I don't know
house,
that
ain't worth
you're gonna
hardly
accomplish
nothing.
what you want to by saying it has to go through MLS. And I don't know how that's gonna, I don't,
Because when
I don't
I
know if I
dug
can-
into it, basically, that's where, the research I did on it, basically what it's stating is, basically, they're looking at Zillow and all of these other sites, and that's helping actually raise.
I'd wanna do some
The
research on
price
the
of it.
constitutionality of that. That, to me, that looks like we're asking for some problems there. And I don't know that it's gonna accomplish what you want to accomplish, because like I said, every deed has to go through the auditors. They know about them anyway. So,
Well, I kind of find it funny considering the fact that I bought my property through a realtor, and I've got some of the highest property
So
taxes in town.
me and Jerry have literally the highest
Yeah.
property taxes in the village.
He and I basically pay almost as much
That's
as
crazy.
damn Dollar General Marathon did.
It's crazy. Me and Jerry, we look.
But I did the owner
It's
occupied
crazy.
thing, like Angela told me to
Type
do.
of deed that you have.
Type of deed.
There's different types of deeds on
I got a VA loan.
That's what I got.
That's what he,
Yeah,
that's what we
That's
got.
probably why we're getting burned. Hey.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, I was about to say, you should be raw still.
You got what you need then?
Yeah, you just want something that says they have to, it has to be approved, any building permit.
Yeah, a permitting process, I guess.
All right, yeah, I can get something, I can definitely get something you can do a first reading on next time, now whether, how much we have to.
Thursday.
Are we done?
The other thing is the sump pump enforcement. So I know you said write an ordinance. I have no problem with doing the ordinance thing. We're trying to figure out
Enforcement.
how to find out who has them and who goes and enforces it. Because there's always this aspect, like Guy was asking about the ordinances earlier. Well, who goes and does it? We put it out there how these things work. I don't know why we keep getting asked, but like for that one, would the police go and say, hey, you need to remove this, otherwise you're gonna get a ticket, or do I need to do it through me, then the police again? And
Are we talking about the sump pumps into the,
into the sewer. Yeah.
well, I'm assuming, and that's dangerous, we have easements for all these, for all the lines?
I mean, I guess back from the 90s or whatever, yeah.
So as far as you being able to go on and inspect it, yeah, if we have easements to all that, there wouldn't be a problem with anybody in the village unannounced just saying we're inspecting the line. So we're being on the easement area for that purpose.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Now, for who starts it, it can go either way, but if it's short, other than police, if it's gonna be you, then we need to have a specific ordinance that says that.
Yeah, basically.
I-
the same as
The
last
police powers, they already have the power to enforce an ordinance. But if we're gonna say the village administrator can do something, then we need to have that specifically in our ordinance.
Well, that's how we've done the past couple, is basically I give a warning, they got 10 days, they get charged $100 or whatever. And then if they don't fix it after that, then Travis comes out. and
Yeah, that's
starts writing.
fine. I don't think we have to do anything separate if all you're doing is giving the warning.
Yeah, so, but my issue is I know Lake Winoka did it, and I haven't caught up there. But they literally, last year, the year before, they sent out a letter saying that they were going around and inspecting and seeing who all has sump pumps and gutters ran to their sewers because of how much water they were treating. And they went around and did it. I'm just trying to figure out how to do that part, because we know it's an issue more than the ones we know about. So how do we go about finding them without, I'm assuming that there's no way we can go in the house, correct?
I don't know how we could.
So how big of a job? Let's say you got a map with all the houses, and obviously, I wouldn't care how long it took, but if you just went door to door and said, excuse me, sir, ma'am, do you have a sump pump in your house? Or, under your home, could I?
See where you're getting at. Everybody's gonna know what you're saying here in a second.
Well,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think.
yeah, I mean, it
I
would
think
take a
that's-
while. You could go door to door and say, hey, kick on your sump pump and stand next to it.
I think that's the way to do it. Now, everybody needs to understand it's a decent process, but I'd be more than happy to help out
So
with
if
that.
there's suspicion that there is one and we go, this is where you're gonna come in. If we go there and say, hey, can you kick that on so we can see if it's getting poured into the sewer, and they say no, what then?
Well, we couldn't force them to. is there a way to correlate how much, well, who does our water bills?
You're looking at it.
Is there a way to correlate like disproportionate water use versus what's going into the,
Only for the whole village.
Yeah.
The thing is it doesn't take each individual. We know there's an issue somewhere because what we pay for water and what we have
It's
processed
outrageous.
is a big disparity.
And you can
there's no
tell
way
by the
of
rain.
correlating that to any particular?
No.
You can tell by month to month, like if you got a really wet June, you'll see that our bill from not our is what, double? I mean, it's crazy. And that's where, I don't know. They're running it to our system, so I don't know how we wouldn't have control over that.
And then the
Yeah,
thing
we
is,
need-
if they won't remove it, it goes back to the shutting off the utilities, right?
But that'd be our only remedy outside of. well, that'd
So
be
you
the
might
only-
have to write that one.
All right, let me
I'm
put
not
some thought into
confident.
that.
Yes, please.
Maybe
Like I
there's
said,
chat,
guys,
we have to use Claude.
if this, damn right you do.
What about if it does show that they're sometimes going into the sewer park, like, what about criminal charges for that? Because that's tampering with utilities then, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Would that be a criminal charge or would it be just like a
Well,
misdemeanor
the only thing
ticket or
that worries
something?
me
it'd
is
be
it
misdemeanor.
popped in my head is what if I just bought this house and I didn't even do it? They didn't know it was doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm willing to bet there's at least one or two of them that probably don't even know.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what
and
I
that's
mean?
also why that ordinance is gonna read that they get a warning and then a
Yeah,
ticket, same as the others.
Because unless you look, you're probably not gonna know.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, because the
uh,
houses are so low to the ground.
Right. So I would imagine that's probably the case.
And the thing is, even when it's dry like this, that's what's crazy, if you've got a sump pump.
Oh, yeah.
Even with the weather as dry as it is, you've got so much moisture way down if you've got a basement.
Next play, maybe.
That thing it's still holding that water and it's still shooting it out. A lot of people think, it's only a problem whenever it rains. No, it's just a lot bigger problem.
Yeah, right now, I'd say my sump pump at my house kicks on at least 10 times a day. I mean, it only shoots out, 30, 40 gallons on a dry day at a time, but still, it's it. So, all right. Moving on,
Let me go real quick, see if we need to do a discussion or get all stuff.
only 2 more things. So I need clarification on this hold harmless. I know he asked you about it. So the way it reads, it almost sounds like they're giving up their property.
That's what you do when you have a street. If it's not a dedicated street, then
So does it need surveyed though?
yeah, if it's gonna be a dedicated street, it's gonna have to be.
All right, so once they sign it, can we pave it and then do the easements? Or not?
Well, to me, I thought that was the whole thing of the hold harmless, or I thought the thought process was it's either a street or we want to make it a street.
Mhm.
So if it's not a street yet, we're just having them say, we want to do this and we don't care that you treat it like a street before it's a street, if it's not a street already. So the hold harmless is just so that they don't come back on us and say, well, that's private property. We didn't want you to do that. We're not.
Mhm.
We don't care that you do that. But yeah, if they want it to be a street, they gotta give us that, they gotta say that property belongs to the village.
Okay,
And if they don't want to say that. then
so
we
it's
can-
not an easement then?
No, it's just, we own the street. And if they
Okay.
don't want us it to be a street, then we shouldn't treat it like a street. We shouldn't go to that expense.
Why do they write, like, that's what I can't help but wonder.
Discovery process, we just have to get stuff,
You see what I'm getting at though, right?
So.
I'm gonna talk to Guy and then BB, I'll present this.
So after I get them to sign the hold harmless, we do the road, we come back, and we're just getting it resurveyed?
Well, at some point, to get it dedicated, we have to have a plat that says this is the part that's gonna be the name of this street.
So should we survey it ASAP?
Well,
Depends on what you want to
what
get
I'm
done.
trying to figure out is when I go to tell everybody, it's no longer an easement. They're giving us their property to have this street on.
Yes, if they want it to be a village street, the village needs to own it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we would be paying for
Mhm.
the survey then, correct?
The village would have to pay for it.
Right, we pay for the survey if that's the case?
Obviously.
Depends how you wanna do it. Now, I mean, some villages say, if you want us to take over this, you get it up to village specs and we'll take over your street and we'll start maintaining it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
I see you smile.
this is what you guys get paid the big bucks for. I mean, figure out.
There you go. There you go. I like this, Grimes. I like this one.
So, okay, so
No
that's
tie-
where I
no
was
ties
confused.
from now on.
Like, I thought I was still getting easements. They're basically abating their property to us, right?
That's how every other street is. Why would their street be any different?
Well, I mean, I've talked to everybody down there, and
They're okay with it.
they're fine with it.
They just want to pay.
I mean, there's no.
The question is, do we get it surveyed? Because that was one of the questions that folks had. We know we're kind of where it ends. Do we ends? There's a couple of markers, if you will, a telephone pole and a pine tree, believe it or not, on the GIS map. The thing is to know exactly how far down we pave. The thing is, that was the big question is, do we just get it surveyed so we know, like, it obviously starts out here, but goes all the way down there without paving 2 inches too short or 3 feet too long, so that now we don't have the legal eagles coming to us saying that we're paving somebody's driveway because we paved 2 feet into their property, or we didn't, we paved it 2 inches too short, and now.
Well, if we pave it first and they sign the hold harmless, nobody can say that. Right?
Well, as far as the paving, as far as the way the street
Right.
should be, is you should have more area than what's paved.
Yes.
So we don't have to worry about getting up to the inch of where the pavement is. And it's up to us.
I mean, where it,
Yeah,
okay,
you're
where it ends lengthwise, not width.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Where it
it's
ends
just
length.
What you
lengthwise.
said.
Yeah, so if we get the hold harmless signed and he knows where it's stopping.
Right.
It shouldn't matter.
Okay,
Correct?
all right.
I think.
Right. Yeah,
All
because
right.
like there's still, just like your road in the ditch, like
Right.
there's still an easement, what do they call it? Public domain,
Yeah.
public domain at Jerry, public domain
Yes, sir.
aspect. So you're not gonna,
David.
we're still gonna have a buffer.
And the only difference, like most streets, like when we vacate an alley,
Sorry, you're good, I'm listening.
most of the time, like when we vacate an alley now, something really old, we
Yeah,
have no idea where it started, so each side gets half.
okay,
Now, in this case, there'll be a record of what each person had, and if we
okay.
ever vacate it, then we'll know exactly
That
who
makes
gets what
sense.
portion instead of half,
Okay. I didn't think.
automatically being half.
I mean, and I understand what you, so Tammy's just worried about how much it's gonna cost, which if we have to postpone, we have to postpone. You know, if we need to postpone the one in the back to try to get this one done,
I want Dooley done.
So- well,
I was
you need to
gonna
take
say,
a drive
just say
down
we're
Wayne
wrong.
and make that decision.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
encourage
I
everybody to
forgot
go down.
about
Now,
that.
look, it got so bad that we had to put 2 tons of,
Yeah.
cold patch on it. It's a lot smoother back there. But
Got
that
the-
whole
yeah.
road will crumble. So even if you put it off this year, that's gonna have to be a priority by next summer. Because once we start plowing it again, we're gonna chip up that cold patch and everything else. So drive down Lane, all the council, mayor, check it out, see what you think. If it can hold off and we can put more money towards Dooley, whatever. But,
You wanna
because
do a
I'm
car
sure it's gonna
wash,
be,
Doug? You gonna do a car wash or bake
Sure.
sale?
Now, I've got a question.
What if
Is there any way,
one versus the
possible way,
that one's 21.
there can be a ditch put down Dooley?
Down the
Water
length
can
of it,
drain.
like down the length of it?
Yes. Because when it rains, you might as well be in a pontoon boat,
Right. Yeah, I mean,
especially on native.
Yeah, and that's it. Well, here's what I'm gonna say about that. And it's gonna sound like smart aleck as crap. That's why when you build a house or bring in a trailer, you need to have a foundation. Look, I understand they're saying their house is sinking 6 inches. That's probably true, but when it's still on trailer axles,
right.
you can't expect anything different because it was also put in the lowest spot on that entire road.
Right.
We can only be held accountable for so much. Here's the deal. If whoever lives at 122 were to clean
Right.
out that, culvert, it would flow out of there just a little bit better. Of course, it would get clogged up here. There's only so much we can do just because you know, we're not required to find a place for everybody's water to go. If that makes sense. Like if there was a storm drain back there that was clogged, yeah, we'd fix it. But the fact of the matter is somebody bought all that, put houses on it. I mean, it's just an unfortunate low spot. The only option, we cut down through some trees and ask the school to, you know, let us ditch through the baseball fields. That's the only other direction that water can go. Because North Avenue's flooded as it is because it gets part of 125. It gets,
Yeah, that other side.
it's not as simple as just putting in a ditch, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Well, I know there's one spot where, well, especially right where our water meter is,
Yeah,
that you can't put a ditch there because I'm sure the water line ain't.
actually, it's pretty deep there. It sucked funny.
It's plenty deep
Yeah,
enough
well,
there.
I mean, it was over my head. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
deepest one I've dealt with. That's the one I was fixing when, your boy came over and started talking to me. That's what I was working on under it.
But
That's
yeah,
the one.
was that where our meter is over there?
Yeah.
I mean, I know the line goes out of the road.
Mhm.
But I don't know how deep the line is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're going to just say,
Yeah.
well, we're going to ditch down this way.
Yeah.
Is the line deep enough to where it wouldn't get?
It probably would be fine. The problem is I think North Avenue is, even where that culvert is higher than Dooley. The only option to get rid of that water is to try to cut through your other neighbor's yard and ditch it out the other way. And then we're talking to the school about flooding out part of their property. And I mean, Lucas ain't much better because if we take it out of Dooley and run it across that field, you're running it into Lucas. And Lucas is a nightmare when it rains.
Absolutely.
So,
I know there's that thing in behind the house and behind the fence. Looks like it says sewer on it, like a big sewer drain or something. But we talked about when we had that meeting down there. And we was gonna try to figure out what that was.
yeah, if it's just a big metal lid, it's probably just a sewer connection for the main. If it's not a grate, there's a connection and there's a few of them throughout town. I missed that conversation, or I would already told you that.
Oh, that's when we were having the meeting down there
Yeah.
that day, for that evening.
Gotcha.
You got anything else, Tim?
The last thing is the contract for you.
I was gonna propose a change in the contract to say $2.50 an hour and also to be treated as an employee for PRS.
For Opers?
From, you can be up to 2 years. I got one that says from September 1st until December 31st of 27. Just finish this year out next year.
That's up from 185, right?
95.
195.
So I guess my only real question is, what's the skin off our back to add somebody to Opers
14%, ain't it?
on top of what they make?
But in order to do that, he has to be an actual employee, right, Melissa?
Yes.
So we'll be paying payroll taxes.
And workman's comp.
No paper cuts then.
Yeah, so you'll have, yeah,
So $2.50 an hour,
That'd be 275.20 with repairs, right?
say that again.
275.20 an hour with 14%.
Thanks for coming.
Yep, thank you.
Anything to let me know.
If he's an employee, he's gonna
See
get
you, bud.
federal.
Hey,
You got Medicare,
All this gonna have to come out for him to do that.
everything pertaining to the.
So that's one thing we know about around here.
What, Medicare?
No, that's what you know
What
about.
if it was a 2-year contract?
I work for,
statute says you can only do 2 years. So you could do it 2 full years if you want to.
I think it only makes sense to do a 2-year contract.
So in other words, you have overs, workers' comp, and Medicare.
Let us,
You don't have to give me an answer now. Or I can leave and you can talk about it. We'll go in executive session, and talk about it too, if you want to.
you guys wanna table this and ever,
Yeah, I'd rather table it.
yeah, if we do it now, it won't get it due, it's due, you know what I mean? Everybody's trying to get out of here. I don't want us to hustle through that.
It's fine.
We'll definitely do that next meeting. We're
Why
gonna,
not Thursday?
you guys wanna add it Thursday? It's up to you
I was
guys.
just saying, there it is. I was waiting.
It's up to you guys.
I would say,
I say next meeting, give us time.
You with that?
I got the
Well,
dates down.
what all was on for Thursday before? So ordinance for
Justin
paid
Howe.
leave, Justin Howe.
Did you text or email or
I
however?
did.
Okay.
The only one that answered back was Robert, since he was sitting here.
Fair.
So honestly, we might be able to fit that in and just get it over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's wait till next meeting.
So we got 3 applicants if the other 2 get back to you,
Mhm.
correct? Now, has the third one actually turned in an application or not? Yes, okay.
What, for your position?
If they were on this paper, they turned it around.
Right.
Is that all you got, Tim?
So what do we do if those 3 that we picked, we just go down the list? No, if those 3, if he gets a hold of them, and all of a sudden, so like, we know Robert's engaged and he wants it, but if Jerry and Bev are number 2 and number 3 on the list, do we just go to 4 and 5? If we don't respond at all,
Yes.
because he's already been ghosted.
Well, we got 3, so we meet that requirement. I think you guys all agree.
Well, the only-
What's them
hold
to
on.
show up, right?
If they don't show up, then they don't want the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like.
Yeah, but Robert, Jacob, and
You're
Jason,
not filling out the application. You gotta
You know.
apply.
I think those down.
I mean,
I mean, they went that far.
it wouldn't hurt. I don't know. So this cat with the 6 points, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to do.
Also, he's asking for more money than anybody, and he's the youngest one.
Say that again?
He's asking for more money than anybody, and he's the youngest one.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, instead of worrying about having to invite 4 and 5, we can go ahead and invite Brandon still.
Yeah, you might as well.
He's the only other one that turned an application for
Yes.
both, for the combined position.
I'll invite, if you're talking about Sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
I'll just,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, we can invite this kid if you want. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's a rock star. I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, it's not gonna take, what, 5 more minutes per person if we run
If
down
we're
this?
in the neighborhood, I might as well go ahead and do it. Do it for here.
And then we can
well, I
invite
was
Jeffrey.
just worried about just for, if Robert's the only one that shows up out of those 3 at the next meeting, then we're going to be accused quite possibly of it being set up.
I don't understand.
Well, what if we still just invite the 3?
Well, we invited other people when we hired Tim, but because those other people didn't show up and we hired Tim because he was the only one that showed up. We hired Tim because it's favoritism.
If you're going for a job application at McDonald's, and I'm not harping on anybody that works at McDonald's, but just, or anywhere, pick any minimum wage job. If you don't show up to the application or the interview, you're not getting the job, right? I mean, you be a doctor or put salt on fries. You
But
don't
we
show up
also
to the interview,
agreed
you're
to
not
give
getting
them
the
till
job.
Tuesday too. So if these other 2 can't make it
Right.
Thursday, then we already have to do Tuesday. anyway.
Correct. So that's-
Now, if they ghost you on that one, I think that sends a clear message.
So even, and there you go, Jared, you could tell that person, hey, we even gave them another day.
Yeah.
I was just saying, you know what we went through
Oh,
with
it's
Tim.
gonna happen.
Do you still want me to invite Brandon then?
Yeah, I mean, if he'll come.
What about
Because nobody else showed, we hired Tim and
I just wanna make sure we got our bases covered.
And they're just saying I told you so. He wouldn't last. He can't handle it.
Well, my thing is, we gave these people an opportunity. I don't wanna feel like we're chasing people down.
Right.
If you
No,
want
I
a
get it.
job,
We're-
turn in your application and show
Yeah.
up at your interview.
We're in.
Well, and that's
tell
the
that
thing. We
to
had
Angie.
16 or 17 applications. I got 8 or 16 or 17 resumes. I got 8 applications back. Only 5 were for the combined position, and that is priority. It has to be priority.
So
Right.
if those 5 don't show up and one does, 4 of the 5 don't show up, then you hire the one that does,
Yeah.
it's qualified.
Yeah.
I don't see favoritism there at all.
No, specifically after we have a hiring process now. You
But
ready?
again, if you want to interview 3 people just for the sake of, and the, not to offend you, Jared, but I watch the same stupid stuff in Sardinia. You have 15 people, you don't just interview them all. I mean, what are you gonna do if they're just not qualified?
That's true.
That's the thing I argued with a lot of people about that thing in Sardinia. 20 people apply.
Not all of them are qualified.
Yeah.
That's mathematics.
And we honestly have some applications that they are just not qualified.
Yeah.
Now, whether they turn in an application or they come to a job interview doesn't change their.
Well, the nice
qualification.
thing, a lot of the ones that weren't qualified for both did not ask to be on both. So that was good. So, I mean, because there was 3 options. So we just got resumes for 3 different jobs is another way to look at it. Some of those guys are only gonna be, utility, period,
Even then, we could have just as easily had everybody and their brother just apply for administrator and not maintenance. You know what I mean? We could have just as easily rolled up snake eyes tonight and got nobody that went for
And it does suck. I thought a few would show up. I really
Yeah, I was hoping out of that many.
But,
Well, next one there.
I mean, you got one guy who's definitely serious. He showed up, he's interested. He's
got a
qualified.
90-day plan.
Hopefully he'll be a part of Hero. I didn't say run it. Be a part of
Oh, well, nobody can run it. That's right.
Be a part of it.
That's my friend.
it. Be a part of it. We said.
Yeah,
we need more
Tim.
people.
But, yeah, I need more helpers.
That's what.
Oh, I already talked to him. He does rodeos and stuff and makes 16 grand off a rodeo or something. Or no, 80 grand off a rodeo.
All right, we good?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Second.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, you can always let me know so I can update her.
100%. Yeah, I'm gonna get this over with.
Oh,
Be safe.
what's-
Let me know what Jackie says. You got my blessing, so appreciate it.
Hey, building a house on my property.
Please don't shut my utility off.
Put that shit back. I'll get it.